we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Hey everyone, so we just, why did I stand in front of you?
I don't know.
We just wrapped up the second to last session with a very, very good end, and now here we are on to the final one.
Did you think that we'd make it here after all that time?
You know, I was kind of in a trance after a while. I kind of didn't even think about it. Yeah. How about you?
No, I've felt pretty good so far. I think that I'm going to be able to just kind of cruise on to the end. I've started to reintroduce caffeine to my system, and it is splendid. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I've been having coffee for a while. Anyway, so that was a great session. We're going to be bringing in Chris Dupuis shortly. But first, a little bit about our donations and their cause. Extra Life is a charity that benefits the families of children at Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It helps financially support them and also treat illnesses and provide research on those diseases. It's all the proceeds that we are raising today are going directly toward that, and so we've been giving away some great stuff, I think, and we are at just about like 78,000.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're just around 77,200, so
Okay.
just the very beginning.
All
But
right.
we are almost to our 80,000 stretch goal. So
Yeah, I think
keep
we're going
on
to make
going.
80,000 today, and hopefully in the next couple months we will drive that on to our $100,000 goal for the team, which will beat our record last year. So, some of the items that we have, we've got miniatures still available. All of the items are available, noted on the bit.ly/D&D Extra Life. You can see the different donation thresholds for all the items. We might also be giving away a few other things as time goes along. We've got some pins still and so forth, but we'll see about that.
Oh yeah.
What else?
Let's
bring on Dupuis.
Yep. That.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you for me?
Hey.
Don't play all casual.
Hey guys.
Hey,
We haven't seen you up here before.
Oh, you're all up in my cord.
Well, your cord is all up in my space.
All right.
Okay.
You've been up here so many times. I feel like you're getting greedy.
I might be. You
Yeah?
know, I just love being within the aura of the interview table. You know, Greg and Laura, you guys.
You
are
have
great.
to have the spotlight.
That's right. Oh, it's right there. Look.
So Sarah, now it's
You
Laura.
probably don't remember,
Laura,
but that's actually
Sal.
from last year. You did the same thing to Rodney.
Sally.
Did?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How quickly I forget.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, did it go at all how you expected?
No, not at all. But coming into it with the group I had, I knew it was going to go kind of crazy, so I was prepared for anything.
Mm-hmm.
In that, I mean, I was unprepared, and I just let the game come how it did.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that you did have to include or you tried to include?
So I had donor donations for cameos both by Slurry, which was one of my first donations because everyone loves the story of Slurry.
So for the people who aren't familiar with that story, maybe you can catch them up real quick.
So Slurry the Goblin was a creation of a live stream game that Greg DM'd from the starter set when it came out 2
Lost
years
Mine
ago.
of Phandelver, yeah.
Yep, Lost Mines of Phandelver. And Slurry was a goblin that my character, Aiden, became friends with, but my character,
no.
Aiden...
No, not at all.
Totally
That's definitely not
No,
what happened.
that's how I remember
No.
it.
Yeah. It was definitely slavery.
Aiden was a little aloof and thought that he was best friends with Slurry, when in reality, yeah, he had just tied a rope around his neck and turned him into a goblin flail.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and not like a Kermit flail, more like a flail.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
it
an
was
actual
ugly.
flail.
Anyway, Slurry or Slurpee, as you called him, made appearances in other adventures, including Extra
Continues to
Life
come
last
back.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he keeps kicking.
And he will return.
All right. Other things that you mentioned that you had to do for the adventure?
Yes, I had a donation to have my character from the previous adventure, John Cena, show up. And he did in the most epic fashion, and of course was amplified by the grease spells from my player. So it was so much fun playing D&D with this crew, and I would do it anytime.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, and thanks everyone for watching and donating. It's been a blast, and now I'm going to go home and pass out.
Sounds good.
Yay.
I look
You get
forward to
4
that
hours.
in another.
Yay.
Yeah, except that then there's 2 hours of takedown.
Yeah, I got to go.
Yeah.
See you later, Internet.
Thanks,
See you next
Chris.
Can you talk?
Well, I was just listening to the sentences you were trying to put
Yeah.
together, and I'm like in the same.
You're the same. You're the.
I can't do this. Okay, yeah. So we only have.
All right. We have some people to thank while Alyssa collapses in laughter, including Johan or Johan, I believe.
It's
Johan.
Johan
W,
Johan.
Adam O, Dave B, and Brett D. Thank you for your contributions so far to the items. We really appreciate it. We're going to be bringing on a new crew, which means there'll be all sorts of new donation thresholds. We'll be posting about their pages. In addition, you've noted that we've raised $1,700 with
Yep.
our T-shirt, our Demogorgon Extra Life T-shirt, exclusive to this sort of Extra Life year.
Yeah, you've probably seen them all over. If you want one yourself, please go to bonfirefunds.com and look for the Extra Life D&D campaign. I believe the T-shirts are around $20 or so. You could also choose, I think, long sleeve T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think we are probably getting close to being ready, so we will be back in an hour to probably ramble on more and distract you from the awesomeness of Chris Perkins and the rest of this awesome player group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to our game. Today's adventure is called Blue Balloon. And the first person who tweets that to me gets a free copy of Out of the Abyss that I will sign for them. You guys can't do that.
We have like at least a second
Like
delay.
a second and a half of stream lag.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
We got this.
So our little adventure takes place in the Underdark, and before we get underway, I want you guys to introduce each of your characters and sort of summarize in a nutshell what they're all about. So who wants to start?
I can kick us off. My character is J'accuse E. Verione. My catchphrase is J'accuse because I'm an amateur detective. Emphasis on the amateur. I have a battle cry, and it is, what am I doing with my life?
Esquilax is a tiefling
I'm sorry,
monk.
X-Lax?
Close. That's very close. Esquilax.
Esquilax.
He's a tiefling monk. He is not from around here. He's from this place called Nulb, which is mostly known for being not nearly as good as Hamlet. But he's been traveling a long way to this Sword Coast place and now the Underdark.
Yeah, apparently he got from Greyhawk to.
Yeah,
the
it's really
backgrounds.
weird,
It's really
right?
Quite amazing.
Everyone speaks a completely different version of Iridian here. It's like it's very, very bizarre. But he, so yeah, he fell in with this weird cult. They all worshiped the element. He thought it was really cool. It was this kind of neat thing when he was young, and then he realized they all worshipped a big fungus demon, and it became a lot less fun. So he left. He discovered the new element. It was not earth, fire, wind, or water, but heart. That was the most important of elements. So, so he now follows that, and he has taken that into the Underdark of this new place in search of that fungus demon that got away.
Good morning. So I'm Addie. I'm a dwarf. I used to be in a sorority, but then I realized that was a bad way to spend my life. So now I'm part of the Magmanimous Club. About magma. This is my friend Larry Bertrand. He's a lava bear. They're super fierce and like super awesome, but he's really sweet. You'll like him. You'll get to know him. And I used to dress all in pink. It's funny, if you go through my stuff, I had like all of this pink stuff in there. But now Addie has this look that's like black with a little touch of white, and she talks a lot about penguins and how great they are. It's just a thing that she has. Also, she has an eye patch, which I totally forgot to mention in yesterday's game, but it is still there. She is missing one eye, but she's learned to live with that and compensate. You know, it's like she's decided it's very in vogue now. So, yeah. I'm super excited. We're going to have so much fun.
I am Hector the Well-Endowed. I am a halfling druid. Hector the Well-Endowed is a family name. Hector has gone through the generations, so even though I'm female, it's my name. It's, you know, it was my father's, it was my brother's, it was my mother's. And we are well-endowed because for halflings, we're like 3 foot 2 inches, and that's really tall. So, you know, we've got a good family there, but when I was young, I went out to be one with nature and kind of find myself. It's a thing everyone in my family does, and I loved it so much, I never went back. And some may say I'm a little bit of a hermit, but I like to just kind of go out there and help the animals and the world as I can. And when there's a disturbance in that forest, I will go to it and right it.
Outstanding. Well, you guys have all seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, I assume, right? Mm-hmm. You remember that scene in the beginning where Indiana Jones is running through the jungle and he's chased by like all of the natives?
Yes.
And he's running to the plane, blah blah blah, and like there's panic and his blood is pumping and there are things flying past him and he doesn't know what they are. That's how this adventure begins. You guys are running through a cavern in the Underdark. Something has stirred up a hornet's nest behind you, and there are about 2,000 demons now chasing you through the tunnels of the Underdark.
That's bad.
So many that you can just hear their screams are absolutely deafening. They seem to be getting closer and closer and closer.
Why would you accuse them like that?
If there's one thing I know about demons, it's that they can't see us if we hold still.
You have fun with that. We'll keep going and distract them.
Can't talk, must keep up.
There used to be 5 of you. The 5th one thought it would be a good idea to stand still, and you haven't seen him since.
Oh, rest in peace, Ernie.
He was such a sweetheart.
I'm processing some new information.
But obviously you can't go back the way you came. Just out of curiosity, how many of you have dark vision? All right.
You think they can't find you because
So-
you can't see them.
The Underdark detective can't see, but the rest of you can. How are you going to, since these demons are going to easily find you if you have light, how are you going to stay ahead of them?
So high knees running, dude. You just got to really pump them so you don't trip over those rocks. We'll just like shove you
And you're
forward.
like,
It's cool, right?
There are no rocks. There's just darkness.
Oh.
Just darkness. Well, I would think that if I can't see it, they can't hurt me.
We leave him behind.
No,
Go be with
theoretically, we can just string the detective up on our shoulders, right? Like, just put his leg. I will hold his leg. You hold his arms, and then, you know, maybe that will put the blood down. Maybe we should turn him around. I will take the arms. You take the legs, and we will carry him.
When's the last time you changed your socks? Ugh.
So this is the new plan.
Okay.
I'm down with it. I'm gonna hop
You're up
on.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop on both their shoulders
Yes.
and ride them like some sort of human mule.
Funny if only one of us could turn into a mule. Oh well.
Can you turn into a mule?
Well, after a couple close encounters with some hanging stalactites, you've got a bit of a welt on your forehead, but you're able to keep up with the rest of the crew. And you guys you round this corner, you drop down this tunnel that just sort of falls away under your feet, and you land in a spore-filled chamber illuminated by glowing mushrooms. Thousands of them.
Ooh, pretty.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
I've seen this before. We had a room like this at that temple that I was never at a temple. Never mind. We did not have a room like this. It was
And the
exactly.
screaming demons are getting closer.
Oh my goodness.
Bad.
They're about to rain down upon you.
Oh, jeez. What's the entrance to this room like?
You've just kind of tumbled through it, so it spills you out into this quite vast cavern. You can hear dripping water all around you. Like I said, there's all these sort of luminous fungi, some of them barely as tall as a halfling, others, they look like huge, colorful mountains to you. They're so big. But there are spores everywhere, like there's this sort of slow falling snow, and it's kind of yellowish orange color.
Wonder if that light's on fire.
Do we think the spores are edible?
That is a fine question, and you haven't found food in a long time, so you are sorely tempted to
Okay.
to find out firsthand.
And there's no apparent exits from this chamber?
If there are, they're far enough away in the chamber and maybe lost behind walls of mushrooms that you can't see any.
Right.
Ooh, hide behind walls of
Well,
mushrooms.
I had thought this was a pretty useless magic item, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. Have fun. Turn into a rabbit and hide under a mushroom.
All right. You turn into a little rabbit and hide under a mushroom.
That seems oddly familiar.
I'd like everybody to make wisdom perception checks.
17.
16.
13.
14.
All right. You all, including the little rabbit under the mushroom, can see what appear through the canopies of mushroom tops is a mushroom cap that looks big and weird because its color and its texture isn't like any of the other mushrooms here. It's kind of a bright, almost neon blue.
Who's got
And there's something about it that's a little bit odd because like there's something sitting on top of it. Something also large and blue. But you think you have about 30 seconds before the demons start piling into this chamber.
nature check?
Yeah,
I'm also going to do
absolutely.
that.
8. I got an 8. Tell me yours is better.
I have a 12.
Okay. Neither of you think that this is a natural thing. In fact, it looks artificial or man-made.
Let's go poke it.
Pies are also man-made.
Go poke the mushroom.
I'll go poke the mushroom.
It's quite a ways off. You're going to have to sort of
Beautiful.
amble through the forest to get there.
I'm going to hop
will
over
amble.
into
All
Addie's
right.
bag.
He goes disappearing through the snow of falling spores into the fungi forest and disappears from view.
I think we better follow him.
All right.
Wait for
What
us!
does the little rabbit do?
Oh, I hop into Addie's bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Into the bag. All right. As you go stumbling through this forest,
Larry gives you a hug.
Aw.
a few of the smaller mushrooms, you see their little caps tilt up, and you see little eyes under their caps, and they kind of look at you as you rush by hurriedly. And you start to get this flurry of sort of telepathic messages boiling through your brain. These little alien mushroom creatures trying to contact you and asking you all sorts of questions about what you are, who you are, why you're here, and stuff like that. But you're just going. And then I'd like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
14.
All right. Actually, you don't have to, Rabbit,
cool.
because you're in the bag.
17.
17.
Okay. You all manage to get through these fungi without tripping, slipping, or anything else, and you find in the heart of this fungi forest a construct that looks like a wooden and metal sphere, and it's anchored to the floor by little anchors with chains. But what's astonishing is rising up above this bathysphere-like orb is a gigantic blue balloon. And as you look up at this great balloon, you can see above it is a shaft in the ceiling. And there's like trickles or rivulets of water pouring down the shaft, hitting the top of the balloon, running down the sides of the balloon, and sort of falling down around this bathysphere that hangs from the bottom of it. And you can see a hatch on one side of the bathysphere with a window in it, and there are other windows in the sides of this spherical vehicle.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And a tiny purple and pink myconid sort of comes up behind you, Hector, and just sort of taps you with his cap.
I turn around. Hello, hello there. What was that? Oh, I don't think I speak that language.
You start to get sort of a telepathic message. And he says, "Hi, what's going on?"
Well, we're running for our lives at the moment. Can you assist?
"I don't know. Our sovereign's dead."
Oh, I'm so sorry. How can we help you?
I know.
Okay.
Can you be my sovereign?
Sure.
Yay! And you hear sort of telepathic yays from all over the forest.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, you can hear the demons slashing through the outskirts of the forest.
Okay.
Those poor mushrooms.
A murdered king. There's a mystery afoot.
Later.
I'll poke my head out of the bag and twitch my nose.
This looks like Larry and I wrote a thing like this before. I think it'll like take us up in the sky or something. This would be really fun. We should totally go inside.
Right, but we shouldn't leave the scene of the crime.
Gather some evidence.
I'll start gathering up some of the guys nearby.
The little microbes?
Yeah.
Okay. The smallest ones are only about 2 feet tall,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can probably pick up at least a couple of
Yeah.
those.
Oh, really?
Perfect.
That's my
All right, you just grab a couple of these guys, pick them up, yeah.
Can I tell if they're pleased or displeased by this? Are they sending any?
They're sending happy spores out
Oh,
around.
Okay, good. They just
This
they
is
just want to be
very
hugged.
reassuring to them.
I will poof back into a humanoid and sort of look around. This looks like a treasure box or something, like attached to the bottom of the balloon. Like it's got a door, right? Like a,
Yeah,
Okay. In lack of
but
anything else to
it's
do.
actually because it's up about 10 feet.
Oh, it's like
and it's
hovering.
got anchors.
Oh, I see.
Holding it. It's got like 3 big anchors holding it to the ground.
Okay.
But those can be unhitched from the bathysphere, not by a rabbit, mind you, but
I've
you've
poofed back
yeah.
into full humanoid
absolutely.
size. All right, I'm gonna clamber up onto one of these ropes, or up one of these ropes to the hanging treasure
Yeah.
box, and see if I can jimmy it open.
It is actually open. I mean, unlocked.
Oh, cool. All
All right,
right.
so I'll start passing him evidence up.
Oh, well.
All right. You start throwing myconids into this bathysphere.
Wait,
All right, well.
pass the gnome.
Wait. They're at home here. Leave them here.
Right.
You
but-
hear something huge sort of push itself into the cavern. It is so heavy that every one of its footfalls causes the mushroom forest to tremble and quake. And you hear these sort of 2 loud, screaming voices, so big and booming that they could shake the heavens themselves. And then you just see large, like tree-sized mushrooms flying through the darkness.
I don't think we can be friends with whatever that is. So the anchors with the
Yeah.
rope.
Let's see what this does.
Are we able to get those
this
up and still
Yeah.
climb up the ropes into the?
It's sort of
Thing or
funny because
something?
all the weight on the anchors is at the bottom, so they're more easily unhitched from the bathysphere. But as soon as you unhitch the last one, of course, it's probably going to go up.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we should climb up there.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I feel like we found the killer, and it's probably that thing. So let's.
Your detective
Good
reasoning-
job.
Yeah, no,
your
I've
detective
worked this one
reasoning
out.
is impeccable. All right.
Fantastic.
So the question is, it's easier to climb up into the bathysphere and then sort of reach out and unhitch the last one in order to escape.
Yes.
So you're all inside now. Are you going to try to take any like mushroom food with you? Because
We did throw a little bit of evidence in.
yeah, okay.
Those-
You've got a bit of it.
Oh dear.
All right then. So how many of those little creatures do you want to gather up?
I figured we could get like 2 or 3 before he realized what was happening and stopped.
No, I was just sort of like tossing them in as
'Cause
you threw them
you
to
can
me.
Theoretically, with the 4 of you, you could probably fit, like, just pack in another 8 or 9 of those.
Right.
little
Oh,
guys.
I'll grab one. They're adorable. I
Okay.
want to make new friends.
Yeah, the little pink and purple ones there with his little stubby hands waiting to be picked up.
Oh, that one's mine.
He looks
Mary
very
hugs
We're
happy.
them
not
too.
eating him.
All right, so you stuff him in. You stuff them all in. You can kind of make out this huge, almost furry hulk in the forest, and it appears to have 2 heads and big tentacles, just lashing things back and forth. And then coming through the forest, screaming at you to wait, wait, are 2 humanoid figures that you've never seen before.
Oh, no.
One of them appears to be a female drow with long white hair and charcoal gray skin. The other is a male humanoid about the same size, wearing a complete head-to-toe gimp suit. And she's sort of got the guy by a chain.
Huh. How far away are they? And in
About-
relation to like the
You saw them
How
come out of
quickly
the
we can
forest
escape.
about 20 feet away from you.
So really the question
And
is,
she's waving her arm and holding on to the gimp guy behind her, and they're, like you, trying to escape this horrible, horrible
but
monstrosity.
are they at a distance where it's socially acceptable to pretend we didn't hear them?
Is it like the elevator situation? Have we already?
Yeah.
Are we trying to keep
Like,
the door
oh,
open?
it's closing.
Not enough room, too many mushrooms.
darn.
Yeah, sorry. They're about that distance.
Oh boy.
We
Well,
left
if we-
Ernie behind. We can't save them.
If we like cut ourselves away, we could lower a rope and maybe they could grab it, and then if they get there, they not. It's not really off.
I see what you're saying.
What good would that ever do us?
handbook players.
So we've unhitched or we have not?
Up to you.
I think we were in the process of it.
Right. Well, I'm going to grab
That seems about
patch
right.
off my cloak, and it'll turn into a rope, and we'll lower it down.
Okay.
And then I'll tie my grappling hook with a rope on it to the end of that, and then we can lower that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we've got 100 feet of rope.
There
is
we
what
go.
you're saying. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
So we'll
That
we'll
seems like
cast
a good
So you're
off.
throwing a mercy rope out
Right.
as,
We're
as
unhitching
the
as
thing
well.
starts to lift up.
Are they like
Okay.
102 feet away? It's like 100 foot.
The thing that you're crammed in now, this sphere about no more than 8-9 feet across, is now packed with mushrooms. And they're all sort of sweetly scented. It's like this honey smell now filling this entire thing. And your door is hanging a little bit open because you got this rope hanging out of it now. As you lift up off the ground and look through the window, you see very clearly that the monstrosity lumbering forward toward you looks like this.
Oh, that's bad. It's on the cover.
And there are flying demons that look like flies everywhere. They're giant flies, about like 10 feet long. And then you see these hopping demons that look like huge, muscular orangutans leaping through the forest and just eviscerating mushroom people.
I like the mushroom decor so much better. What are these people thinking?
These are not natural. We can't be around these people.
Yeah, that is
or these
awful. I'm
things.
going to bite one of them.
All right, you take a bite out of one of their caps. I'd like you to roll percentile dice.
Okay.
Tastes like
40.
tastes like bones.
Does it have the consistency of bones?
No, yeah, it's like eating dried bones. And then you suddenly sort of get this kind of telepathic vision of a huge horned skull-faced demon. And it's like you are now in telepathic contact with him.
Oh.
And he's sort of corpulent and gross, and you flies and like maggots coming out of his skin and all kinds of just horrific crap. But suddenly he's like, "Ah, another thrall. Would you like to be undead?"
No, I'll say loudly in my mind
Okay.
while screaming outside.
He says, "I know where you are. I'm coming for you."
Well, that makes one of us.
All right. And you have this demon lord rattling around in your head for a while after taking the bite out of the myconid.
What happens to the myconid?
He just sort of, at the corner of his eye, looks up at the big bite mark out of the top of his cap and kind of looks sad.
Oh, Honey, we can make you a mushroom cap patch. I'll work on that.
On behalf of that, I apologize.
Yes.
I'm
And then
no
you
longer
feel this,
hungry,
your sphere sort of tilts slightly or heaves a bit as you feel the weight of some creatures hanging off of that rope below you.
Oh, they made it. That's nice. I guess we should haul them up.
Before we hold them up, I yell, "What are your intentions?"
One of you hear this female voice below you say, "Let us up there or we will rip your guts out."
Oh,
That's
you're
not
friendly
very
folk.
nice.
You're not very nice.
She's not at all like the last drow I met. Tisk! Tisk!
Not all drows are the same.
You could have waited a few seconds more.
No. You made it. I figured you wanted it enough. All right. I guess we should
You find
haul them
the balloon is moving very slowly.
Oh,
It's like just
possibly have
peeking
too
up
many
a foot at a
mushrooms.
time. In fact, it's going so slowly and it's so weighted down
Oh.
that you see this creature's eyeball looking at you through one of your windows.
Oh no.
Oh, geez.
We should probably abandon the damaged mushroom.
So do we keep the mushrooms or the lady who is offered to eviscerate us? I see these as important questions.
I vote for the mushroom.
How were the mushrooms? Are you feeling better now that you've eaten some?
Well, I'm more satiated, I should say. But at the same time, I also made contact with a demon god.
Get rid of the mushrooms.
Get rid of the mushrooms.
Get rid of the mushrooms.
Okay, well,
It's their home. They want to be here. I'm sorry. I will be in your hearts.
Back to your people.
I dropped a mushroom on the ground once.
Mushrooms out of the door.
Still fine in
They
salad.
just sort of fall one at a time.
I'm gonna grab the one that I bit and look at him and say, "This is your fault." And out he goes.
Can we keep the smallest one?
Oh, there was one like pink one, right?
There was the pink and purple one.
Yeah,
He's
which-
like the last one. He's kind of standing in a corner.
You stay. You come with me. You can stay.
All right, he stays by you.
Yeah, let's keep
Put
the
him
pink
beside
one.
Hides
Larry.
behind you. Stays away from him.
This is my new friend.
All right.
He's going to grow up and he's going to hunt you down.
That does seem to lighten the load a little bit. You just threw out about 100 pounds of giant, big mushroom guys.
How many mushrooms did we have?
They were really enthusiastic.
Yeah, exactly. They were packed in here pretty tight. And that seems to allow you to elevate a little bit more quickly. The gimp guy sort of comes crawling up inside the sphere. And then you see the female also gets up inside.
I pull a battle axe out just to, look prepared.
All right. And then the gimp guy sort of pulls his mask off, and it's another drow.
Oh. Okay.
I knew it.
Well, why didn't you say so?
And the distraction of throwing all this sort of food out through seems to have kept the demons from grabbing onto you. There is also, by the way, a window in the bottom of the sphere. So you can look out underneath you and you see this big giant creature leaping up after you and trying to find purchase on the cavern ceiling and kind of slipping and falling a few times and landing on his back.
Ha!
Says the little pink guy.
Exactly.
All right.
So, who are you? I say to these two newcomers.
The female says, "My name is Pamata. This is my consort, Sarche."
Those are nice names. I'm Addie. Lovely to meet you.
She shakes her hand. "Pleasure to meet you as well."
I check my pockets really quick.
Okay.
Cool.
Everything's there.
Good.
You get a telepathic message from your pink and purple guy saying, "I'm glad with evil. You don't want to deal with them."
Sachet, your armor doesn't seem to be protective. I'm confused.
He says, he sort of throws his hair back and he says, "Yeah, it's a little costume we like to wear, right, Pamata? Yes." He says, "I am a cleric of Grast, the demon lord of lust."
Oh.
As we're all standing very close together.
That's uncomfortably close together. His sort of polished leather suit sort of rubbing up against the walls. and up against
Just
your
gonna
arm.
pass hand sanitizer down the line.
What is this magic fluid?
Have you ever done a sick-sum?
I prefer to be alone.
And the story takes a very dark turn. And you find, as this balloon rises up, you're in a shaft, a rough-hewn shaft. And the female drow, Pamata, says, "We are very lucky to have found this place. It is spoken of only in legends. A crazy dwarven wizard apparently made this shaft. It goes right to the surface."
Yeah, that sounds like something one of my people would do.
That's where we want to go.
Seems useful.
Yeah.
I mean, we just stumbled on this thing. Good luck, I guess.
Whether he finished it or not, I guess we will find out.
Yeah.
We will
Got some
indeed.
digging experience.
Sounds like a mystery.
Sarshay says, "Yes, your powers of deduction are inscrutable."
Don't encourage him.
Thank you. Finally.
As you look around, you see that there is actually light in the bathysphere. It comes from 4 crystal rods or staves that have been sort of stuck in the ceiling, and they pulse and glow with a bluish purple light. They're sort of fitted into sockets almost. You could take them out if you wanted to, and there's just 4 of them arranged up there.
Is there light outside in the shaft? Is there
No,
still spores?
It's dark outside, and the spores basically settle in the cavern below, but they don't fill the shaft. So other than rivulets of water pouring down the walls of the shaft from some unknown source above you, it's dark except inside the bathysphere where this blue-purple light sort of fills. And Sarshay and Pamata sort of look at these, and Sarshay says, "This device is powered by Theoharis."
Coming in?
Yeah.
Theoharis, it is the ambient, magical, je ne sais quoi, radiation that permeates the underdark.
They've condensed it into these.
Yes, they seem to be able to capture it inside these crystal staffs.
I'm sure it's safe. It seems to be safe.
He sort of pulls one of the staffs out, and it's about like 5 feet long.
That is cool.
And he sort of looks at it with an air of wonder and curiosity, and there's like a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain. He's wondering what he can do with this staff. Let's put it that way.
That would go over really well at parties.
Has our ascent slowed because of that being removed, or is it just?
No, the ascent has been maintained. So he just sort of hangs onto it for a while and sort of looks at it and marvels at it.
It's quite wonderful.
I will investigate one as well. I'll pull one out.
Okay. All right.
Are
Yeah,
we
it's
still going the
a
same
crystal staff. Like I said, about 5-6 feet long. It's got no other ornamentation, but it is glowing with this sort of internal radiance.
But we're still going the same speed.
Yeah.
So it's
Not-
just providing light, as far as we can tell.
As far as you can tell.
I'm sure that's all it does. So why were you guys down there anyway?
We live down here
Oh.
Then why are you trying to leave?
because there are a billion demons down here.
Well,
Oh,
then
they're
why
not
do
your
you live
friends.
down there?
No, why it is customary for my people to summon demons occasionally and put them to work. These are out of hand. Some horrible force has unleashed the entire abyss upon us.
It could have been anyone, though. That wasn't necessarily us.
It certainly was not. It
Yeah,
had
no.
nothing
We
to
had
do with
that
us.
problem once with like rats in our cave. Yeah, you just got to get somebody in and like poison them all. It's pretty grim.
Why
I
would you
think
poison
demons
them?
are immune to poison, but okay.
Because they're there. You don't want rats in your cave.
Why
All right.
not? It's their home too.
No, it was not. My grandfather cared that cave, not the rats.
So hours pass, and it gets a little socially awkward because you run out of things to talk about with these drow. They've talked about the demons. They told you a little bit about Demogorgon. He's like called the Prince of Demons, and he's bad schizophrenic guy. And then there's like the two drow are just kind of looking at each other. Like they know how they'd like to pass the time, but they don't quite know what to do with you guys. So there's a bit of sort of conspiratorial whispering between the two, and as they do, they look at you.
Well, we will conspiratorially whisper to each other and look at them.
Good call.
I find
Keep watching them. They're gonna do something.
You can't help but watch them because you're in this tiny sphere and it's just packed with people.
I find a slightly empty spot where
Yeah.
I'm not touching anybody, which probably is right in the middle. I'm assuming this is junior high dance style. You guys
Yeah.
are on, so and I just sit down, close my eyes, and just meditate and enjoy the silence
Yeah.
while we.
Addie, you're probably used to claustrophobic conditions. This is no big deal
No
for
big
you.
deal. I try to get Larry to tell everybody a story to lighten the mood, but he's feeling really shy and he doesn't want to talk, so it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And you start to get tired. Do you want to stay awake, or do you want to try to get some sleep on your slow ascent?
We could take turns.
Yeah.
Right. Volunteer. First sleeping. Good night.
I'll watch
You're
the
a
first round.
difficult one, aren't you?
I'll watch the first round.
All
Winks can
That's
sleep.
so nice. I'll go second.
All right. After a while, when the drow realize that, or they think that you're, pretty harmless, they start to engage in various sexual escapades, and it becomes horribly.
I don't want the first watch
for all
anymore.
Don't watch any of the watches.
You just not watch.
Yeah.
No watch?
Harry, honey, cover your eyes. That's not right.
It does
That's
have the
not
benefit
right.
of allowing you to sort of be rocked to sleep. As this thing sways back and forth.
It reminds me of that special room in my parents' house. All the leather straps. We never went in there.
And by the way, Sarche, he's a screamer. Yeah.
So do we get a long or short rest, or is it all just broken up?
Not so much. No.
Can we pull out the rest of the rods and cover them up so there's no light?
Yeah, you can. In fact, that would help a
Wrap
great
them
deal.
up with things.
And as you pull out the last rod, you begin to slow and descend.
Ooh.
Put them back in.
Put that one back in.
Oh, okay, we'll keep the one back in.
The light's back on,
Oh, maybe
and
we
you
could-
start to slowly ascend again.
Maybe
Okay.
we could hang a cloak over
Sort
it.
of wrap
And
it.
we're very lucky because
Yeah.
normally when the light goes out, somebody in the room dies.
So you're gonna try to wrap something around the last
Yeah.
one, tie it
Yeah,
off so
yeah.
it's dark.
Yeah.
All right. So now you just hear the sound, and your imagination takes over from there. And
We do have the second room at the base of the rope if you'd like to use that.
Unfortunately,
there's
some of us
nothing to-
also have dark vision.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, dark vision is the other thing.
Maybe it would be exciting. Maybe you could climb down the rope and hold on for dear life.
Swinging from a balloon.
Exactly.
After about 12, 13 hours, they're done for a while, and you get hungry,
I have some rations.
and it's dark, and you do have rations.
So wait, watching that worked up our appetite?
Well, the 12 or 13 hours.
Yeah, the 12 or 13 hours.
Sometimes you just can't help
You
yourself.
just can't help yourself. So you can eat your rations. The drow don't have any, and they ask if you wouldn't mind splitting your rations with them.
Could you maybe refrain from that stuff if we do?
Sure.
Thanks.
They
It's a deal.
I don't
eat your
think-
rations.
I don't think they're telling the truth.
I'm sure they're trustworthy.
Uh,
It'll be fine.
the thing you notice that the balloon starts to sink.
Ah. Well, maybe.
Plug
rods back
another
in?
one of
Yeah.
the stabs back in.
Okay, it starts to rise again, and you notice that the other one has gone out, like it's been drained.
Oh,
Interesting.
oh. Someone stole the power.
I think maybe. Yes, that is exactly what happened.
You should find out who.
You should write a book.
Sarche says your powers of comprehension are incomprehensible.
Thank you, I think.
And as you sort of watch over time, the second one that you put in starts to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer
Maybe
until
put
it
the
runs out.
other ones in at the same time. Maybe having them all is easier on them.
Or, we know only a few things here. One, these lights are going out. Two, we have a glowing friend. And I'll point to the mushroom.
The
guy.
mushroom?
He's not glowing.
What?
He's just pink and purple.
Your powers of observation have problems.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I have no idea who's at foot.
I would say we should put both crystals back in.
Maybe it's Boo-Boo.
What was that?
What?
Maybe it's Boo-Boo. Boo-Boo.
Boo-boo?
Boo-boo.
The dragon that lives on top of the balloon.
Oh, is there someone up on the balloon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hey, a sovereign.
Do you? Oh. Oh.
Okay.
So he did have evidence.
He's deceased.
Yeah.
Shove him off. No! No! What is he doing on top of the balloon? He's serving no purpose. Is he serving a purpose? No. On top of the.
What, the dragon?
No, the murderer is
The
on top of the balloon.
The dragon? The dragon?
Yeah, there's a dragon on the balloon.
The murderer of the sovereign
Really?
is hitching a ride on our ship.
Yeah,
Oh, the
he's big
murderer.
too.
The murderer of the sovereign, not the
Yeah.
sovereign.
Correct.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
He's really big.
So can I see out the window?
Unfortunately, the side windows don't really give you a view up. Now you can open them like a portal and stick your head out the window and look up, but then the bulk of the balloon, the curvature of the balloon, prevents you from seeing on top of it.
Huh.
However, there are sort of ropes attaching this sphere to the balloon, and they do sort of go up the outside of the balloon, so theoretically you can climb the outside of the balloon. Now the shaft walls are so, this balloon was obviously made to fly up this shaft. It's just wide enough to fit up the shaft and occasionally kind of bumps off the sides.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. All right.
Sachet, it seems like you might enjoy rope work. Would you care to climb up and take a look at this boo-boo?
But of course, I will find whatever this is and get rid of it.
Perfect. 2 birds,
Yay!
1 stone.
He looks
How
at
could
he
this
looks at
possibly go wrong?
Pamata and says, "I will be back, mon chéri, and we will resume our dangerous coupling."
No, you promised! You promised!
He says, "I am a drow. I do not keep my promises." And he squeezes out the window, effortlessly, I might add.
Do you want us to tie you up? No.
Okay.
That's a good idea. We can just tie them up.
I think
Tie-
they want that.
I think
I know.
they've already done it.
All right.
Don't
It
touch
happened
those
like
ropes.
5 hours ago. It lasted
By the way,
for like 90 minutes.
Those in the ether webs who are still sending me Blue Balloon via Twitter, I'll let you know that Neo Gambit is the one who tweeted first and gets the book.
Yay, Neo!
All right.
Do we
Sarche
hear-
does not return.
Do we hear anything?
Nope.
So he hasn't fallen. We probably would have heard that.
Yeah. You
think?
probably
And
would have
felt
heard
it.
or seen something tumble down.
How long has it been?
20 minutes?
That seems like a while.
I mean, if you're having a good conversation with a dragon, it takes at least 30.
A bad one goes really fast.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good sign he hasn't returned. Right?
That logic checks out.
I could cast fly and go up there.
I'm decent at climb. Like I could try and scramble. I'd want to be tied off before. Like, so if I fell off,
I
that there
thought
would be
it
a
was
rope to catch me.
them that was into that.
Yeah, but
Don't
safety.
tell me that you're picking this up.
You know, I've been down here for a while. I went to a really messed up party the other night. It was very strange.
Yeah, I've been to some of those.
It was really weird. And but yes, we should. I can check it out. You can fly. Can you turn into some sort of small woodland creature?
I can. I could turn into a rat and I could scurry up.
I feel like we should send more than one person up there, like in case something happens.
Like
You know,
all of
Should
us.
we all
We'll
go?
leave. We'll
Back.
leave the drow here to
with the glowing rods of power.
to hold down the fort.
Totally.
Literally.
Yes.
What about the mushroom? He can't stay here with the drow. What if the drow eats him? That's no good.
You put the mushroom in your bag. There's a lot of perfume and stuff
Okay,
in there.
good. You
The
you
mushroom
go
is
there.
about 2.5 feet tall.
Larry, you guard the mushroom. Don't let anything happen to him.
All right. Lava bear's on it. All right, so
All
who's
right.
going out?
So if I cast fly, is there enough room? Like if there's enough room to climb, I assume there's enough room for me to sort of squeeze around the
Yeah.
edge of the balloon.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that then.
I'll tie the 100-foot rope off to myself
Okay.
and to the inside of the bathysphere. Not like the drow's not going to untie it, but we can hope for the best, and also make ready to try and climb up around the balloon.
I will tie myself
But you're
to
gonna
him.
you're gonna hold off until, like,
I think the idea is that we're kind of going up as a group.
okay.
If I were to turn into a rat, would my tiny little claws be able to grip well enough on the balloon? Could I, or
Yeah,
can
you
I
think
at
so.
least- Okay.
Absolutely. Run up
Okay.
one of the ropes.
So I'm going to turn into a rat. I have a battle cry that has turned into my animal transformation cry,
Oh, great.
and I must do that now. And I apologize in advance. Can I hide the I am now a rat.
Outstanding.
The donors are satiated.
Money well spent. Yeah. All right, so the rat shimmies up.
It makes
You
me
fly up. You guys on rope head up,
Yes.
leaving Larry, the mushroom person, whose name you've realized is Button.
Oh,
And
Guard button well.
We should eat
or
that.
as the drow refer to, Button.
of course, they do.
And you guys shimmy up. Okay. When you get to the top of the balloon, you see a creature curled up, sleeping soundly. That looks like it's big. Like that. A big bluish, long, snaky worm with a sort of a reptilian face and horns.
Yep, dragon.
Yep.
That's exactly
And
what a dragon.
How
it's
did the
it's
balloon
all
makers miss
coiled
that?
up on top, sleeping comfortably, and you see Sarche is sort of caught in its arms like a teddy bear.
Oh, I wish we could just leave it. That's really great.
And he's clearly stuck and feels a little screwed right now, but at the same time, part of him is enjoying it.
I was gonna say it like that.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll take a break there.
Wow, so good.
Just one moment.
Dragon. Oh, I'm glad I didn't bring the mushroom. I bet dragons like mushrooms.
So we are in the final session of our 48-hour stream now.
Which means we've been awake, with the small exception of the hour and a half naps, for 44 hours?
50?
Well, if you count waking up earlier on Friday morning,
I think that
it's actually,
counts.
we're already at 48 hours.
Yeah.
48 hours awake with 1 hourlet nap. So things are a little crazy. I believe all these people actually look like demons from out of the abyss.
We started drinking caffeine.
And I'm a little terrified.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, a big announcement we made is 78,000 in the last hour. Thank you so much to all of our donors. That's a big milestone for us, but not as big as 80,000 will be if we can just pull through 2,000 in the next couple of hours.
We have a really cool stretch goal for that as well, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I think that people get the roguish archetype from the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide if we can get to 80,000. So that would be a really fun way to kind of conclude things.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go through some of the prizes that we still have left. Obviously, all of these can be found on the website, but just to go over them, we have some a dungeon master screen.
Which, even though it's slightly above the regular retail price, we'll ship it directly to you, and of course all the proceeds would go to charity, so it's a good chance to get the DM screen if you haven't yet got it.
Yeah, we have this really cool bundle actually. We have Horde of the Dragon Queen as a part of it, we have The Rise of Tiamat, and we also have a Penny Arcade Tiamat pin, and that's going for $75. We also have a few novels left, we have Dice Masters and a few figures left, and miniatures, so we have quite an assortment of things.
I want to call it a few specific ones. We do have one copy left of Out of the Abyss that is going to be signed by everybody participating in Extra Life, as well as the D&D team, and also a similar case for the Monster Manual signed by all the folks. So that's going to be an awesome keepsake. The entire cover is just plastered with signatures. It'll be a kind of nice memory of if you've watched part of the stream.
Yeah, and I would like to reiterate that everyone donating this weekend will be receiving a code for Neverwinter, and that is a sentient gelatinous cube companion.
Based on one of Chris Perkins' NPCs from Out of the Abyss and Rage of Demons, Glabagool.
Should be super cool. You cannot redeem it until November 17th, but you will be receiving it within the first 2 weeks of November.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring on Alexander. Alexander, this is your second session for Extra Life, right?
First.
What? Oh yeah, you were doing the intermissions, right?
Oh boy, you haven't been sleeping.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Well, I saw a lot of you.
Yeah. I was here for 8 hours yesterday doing what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, and that was a tremendous help, particularly since I was DMing and played, and apparently not remembering anything. Mild amnesia. Mild amnesia. The memories will come back. I'm sure.
It's bound to happen.
I'm sure.
So how's the session going so far?
It's going pretty well. My one concern is with this sachet and what have you. All my normal instincts of, okay, tie this person up or manacle them and make sure that they stay away, I feel like are just going to play to their strengths.
So sachet.
Sachet, kind of into wearing a gimp suit.
Oh. That was,
Why
I'm
not?
guessing, thanks to some of your kind donors?
No, that was Chris Perkins.
Oh,
so
no? Okay.
I don't think that was influenced by anything. I think that was
just fun.
Just in there.
Fun, yeah.
So we're dealing with that.
Okay.
We're
awesome.
stuck in a confined space with that.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your character a little bit and,
Sure,
and
yeah.
the donations that went into it?
My character is J'accuse Verion, or accuse everyone, I guess is what it spells out to. My character is an amateur detective with absolutely no detective powers whatsoever. In fact, I'm not really sure
I
how to wear this
understand
hat.
a
Explains
lot
the
now.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah, this hat is
I was wondering.
super awkward. Like
That's a
Which way
good
does
look.
it go?
Could you go with that
I
one?
really don't know.
Let's go with
Is
that
there a
one.
I think
front
it's
to
actually
this?
reversible. I
Yeah.
mean, it's reversible this way, and you should try it the other way as well. I
Yeah.
think that
Perfect.
would get some ears
Perfect.
going.
A lot of options.
So yeah, I'm a very, very amateur detective. I don't think I have said anything correct all throughout. And my character's catchphrase is J'accuse.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
so your
going to
name.
get to the bottom of the case.
Your
Oh, yes.
catchphrase is your name.
My catchphrase is my name. Thank you, donors.
All right. Greg Billsland.
That's a very Leroy Jenkins going on here.
Yes.
But we'll see how it all pans out.
I'm sure it will be terrible. All right, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Have
very
fun
much.
in the game. We'll get back to the game shortly after just a few more words. So, do you want to go into some of our donor thank yous?
Yeah, sure. So we'd like to thank Michelle S., David P., Zach M., Samantha I., Anthony T., and Caleb M. Thank you so much for your donations. Honestly, with all the donations this weekend, we have been very successful, and we are very proud of everything that has happened this weekend. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you. And we do have actually. I was just talking to Chris before the break, and I was saying, what would it cost to give him a reroll? And he was like, oh, I don't know. It depends how much you want the party to die. So I think that $25 for giving Chris a reroll.
You really want the party to die?
Well, I mean, you saw how my adventure went.
Yeah.
I felt like the level 5 party was capable of handling the level
Yeah.
15 purple worm.
It'll be a
So
TPK pretty quickly.
$25 to Chris Perkins' page. We'll get him a reroll. We'll let him know so that he can use that in the session. In addition, the adventure that he's running, he will write that up. If you want to donate $250, seems like a lot, but you're going to get a unique Extra Life adventure written by Chris. Chris is obviously one of our best adventure writers, and so it's a great opportunity to get something. He'll actually mail it to you and sign it as well. So, cool opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for your donations, and
Sword Coast Legends.
Sword Coast Legends, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have the standard code for Sword Coast Legends available for $75, and the deluxe one available for $100.
Wait, that's not what we agreed.
Oh, we didn't agree to that.
No.
I just lied to you.
Yeah, don't lie to the
I
the
lied
kind
to all
donors.
of you.
No.
Okay.
No, what we were talking about, or what I had suggested was, we actually still have some Sword Coast Legends codes still. And we would like to give those to anybody who donates $75 or more to anything. So if you are donating to the Wizards of the Coast page, the one that's linked on the Twitch screen, and you donate $75 or more, we will hook you up with one of the standard codes from Sword Coast Legends. That's, I think, a value of $35 or $40. And then if you donate $100 worth of stuff, we will hook you up with $100. $100? We'll not hook you up with $100. No. If you donate $100, we'll hook you up with one of the deluxe.
We're slightly delirious right
the
now.
deluxe edition codes.
Sorry
and
for
those,
misinformation.
Those include soundtrack and some downloadable content such as the Beholder, some of the tile sets that you can use if you take on the role of the Dungeon Master. Are we good? We're good. All right, we're going to head back to the party and get things rolling.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The party has climbed to the top of the blue balloon and found a reptilian creature, a huge reptilian creature sleeping up there, and Sarche tucked in its arms, unable to extricate himself and unsure whether he wants to.
When you say huge, do you mean that as D&D huge?
Yeah,
or just
capital H
oh
on the huge there.
Oh dear.
Which this thing, it's coiled up, so it's hard to tell its length, but it might be 50 feet long. And obviously weighs thousands upon thousands of pounds, and obviously is slowing down your ascent.
Oh, we go so
now
much
that we're
faster.
How
up here,
wide is the balloon?
It is about 25 feet wide. So this thing's like curled on top of it like the curl on an ice cream cone. It's just kind of like...
can we see like the top of the shaft at all from where we are? Or does it just
Yeah, the shaft goes on and on and on, forever and ever.
So we still have a ways to go
Oh yeah, miles to go.
before we
Well, some of us were trying to sleep, but
didn't work out so well.
A creature flaps up beside you. It comes up from underneath, just like you did. And it is a succubus. And she points at Sarche and says, "Traitor!"
What?
I'm going to join in. J'accuse!
All right.
Please have at him. Oh, I see. I'm a rat.
How dare you sleep with another creature besides me?
Has she been a...
I'm gonna undo the.
Bitch, slap the dragon!
Oh, please, yes,
Seems
yes, don't let us interfere. Just do what you have to do.
It's cool. We'll wait.
And Sarche like says, I tried to push it off, but it wouldn't work, and so I tried to startle it, and that wouldn't work, and now I'm stuck in here. I can't get out. And she says, "Oh, a likely story."
This is just like when Cindy brought that guy home at the sorority. It was like so much drama for weeks. I mean, it's really bad. It's great watching them. Do something.
So there's like this argument playing out, and you can see that the big dragon creature is sort of twitching a little bit. Like it can, even though it's deep in its sort of slumber or hibernation, it is registering this argument on some level and could awaken at any time.
Should we just like push it off the side? Well,
It weighs about 7,000 pounds.
I mean, it was a suggestion.
Good job. I'm assuming it's too big to like slide around the balloon at this time. Like it would have to either stay on the balloon or go up.
Correct. It would sort of get lodged
Okay.
between the side of the balloon and the wall of the shaft.
So we just need to wake it up. Like we don't want to kill it anyway
Right.
because then it'll just.
It
And
seems
then
cuddly.
You notice up above you that things start to open up a bit, like the shaft is breaking through into another cavern.
Oh yay, options.
Yes, so that seems to solve your crisis about whether or not pushing it off will be possible.
Now there's just the pushing it off not being
Now
possible.
there's just the pushing it off. And as
He's
the
a
balloon
murderer.
slowly climbs, the cavern you can see is very dark and spacious. And their voices, these two voices, start to carry.
All right.
I'm sorry, which one did you say was the murderer?
I'm definitely sure it's one or both of them.
All right.
Can they murder the dragon?
I think
The dragon is likely one of the murderers.
we know that. He killed the king of the mushroom people.
We have very good evidence to that effect.
Yes.
You're the one that took a bite out of it. J'accuse.
Oh,
That is
Oh,
my
right?
name.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
I can do this.
That is my name. Excellent. Good. Yes, it's getting around.
Fantastic. Maybe we should just wake it up. It seems cuddly, friendly.
If we hide and wake it up and it's distracted with their whole
Drama.
thing, and then we can just go back inside and it can go and cuddle with them somewhere else. Oh my God, that solves all our problems.
All right. Well, maybe the rat should wake it up. Well, you look innocuous. You
Bite
don't
its
look
tail.
like a
Bite its tail.
threat.
Sarche says, if you could just like pull me out of here, then we could just be on our way.
Sarche, did you say that you tried to startle it and then wound up cuddling it?
Yes.
What did you do to startle it?
No. Because wouldn't you like to know?
I would not.
Says, let me out of here and I will show you.
Okay, there's less and less incentive to let him out there.
Oh, I'm sure I could command the dragon. That would work. Right?
Yes, seems appropriate.
How close is the
Sarche-
cavern area?
It's now sort of, the top of the balloon has entered the cavern area. So your voices are carrying loudly. There's a dark expanse all around you. The shaft does seem to continue up through the ceiling of the cavern, which is about 30, 40 feet overhead.
And are there like ledges of this cavern that?
Yeah, there are
presumably the
ledges
dragon
and
could go up
precipices
onto?
and like Pamata says, get him out of there. And we'll be on our way.
Well, that does solve some problems. All right. Does anyone have some
Do you
oil?
have any grease or
Oil, yes.
I think they do.
Yeah, not me, but I would think, it seems likely.
I have chalk.
I have holy water,
I
ball
have to leave
bearing.
my grease behind.
I
Oh,
also have those.
I have still this. Okay, tear another patch off the cloak and pull out a lit lantern.
All right, this bright light.
It's a bullseye
beams
lantern. All right.
around the cavern.
Yeah, see if anything is around us. Let everyone know that we're here. Blow it out.
Okay.
And it's a little warm. like it's kind of hot.
He's gonna like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just
Pour the oil out. It sort of slides down his gimp suit and oils him up. And then very effortlessly just sort of
Okay,
Wait.
these two are not allowed in the balloon anymore.
did he pop out of the suit or out of the dragon?
Wouldn't you like to
Yes.
What would you
Yes
like?
is the answer.
What would you like?
Let's keep him in the suit.
All right. Yes.
And dark vision
Suit
is
and
really a
all,
curse
he just-
sometimes.
Slips out. And then he immediately sort of slides down the balloon. grabs onto a rope. Pomata mounts him and with her great wings, and they sort of alight and pull off the balloon and land on a ledge.
Oh, good. Yes, you stay there.
So you have succeeded in sort of ridding yourselves of this particular problem, and the drow, now that they're out of the demon's reach, seem quite happy to remain.
Good.
And certainly the lack of weight from the drow is now allowing the balloon to move at full speed, even with the sleeping dragon on top.
Certainly the balloon is ascending, is sort of starting to go up, and now through the hole in the roof, Pomata and Sarche wave goodbye at you, or actually Sarche waves goodbye at you, and Pomata's like slapping him in the head. He seems to like. Yes, you are climbing, but obviously you'd be going a lot faster if the
there
dragon was not
No
slowing.
dragon.
Not a dragon.
All right. Well, we could just, wake it up and then get back inside the little hatch thing, and I'm sure it will just fly away.
It doesn't have wings.
It has no wings.
Oh, that's
It
awkward.
has 12 legs, though.
It might be able to
Well-
climb.
Damn.
Also,
Evolution was not kind to it.
Sorry. To us.
What?
I turn
I
back
can
to-
Eldritch Blast it. I'm sure that's going to go
Yes,
well.
I'm
I
sure
mean,
it'll go
it's
well.
sleeping. We could probably take it.
We could. Everyone just gets ready and smashes it
There's
at
that
the same
one
time.
spot on a dragon, right? You just
Yeah,
I've
shake
heard-
that
I have heard
one
of stories to that
spot
effect,
and
yes,
it's
yes.
fine.
Yes,
Totally fine.
the dragon spot.
Yeah. Now, does anybody
that's
know
like a
where it
hip club.
is?
It's the gray scale.
Which one?
The
Oh gosh.
the dragon.
I turn back into a halfling.
Okay.
All right. Do I?
Blink. Nice.
I am back.
As you make your way up the shaft, you see there's a ledge on one side of the shaft, and there is a creature on it. It is a very, very smelly fish man.
Oh.
He's all sort of decayed and rotted.
Do dragons eat that?
J'accuse is my name.
The dragon thing stirs when you say that, but doesn't waken. And the fish creature begins to sort of hops up and immediately begins to run back and forth on its ledge, going loo 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 loo.
Oh, that's not going to work.
Good. No. It'll wake up. We should. I'm gonna climb down the side of the balloon so that I can sort of peek over and just wait and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Is the dragon stirring
Also,
more?
there is no one inside of this contraption to let us know how the light things
right.
are doing. We should go back and check on
yeah.
that.
Yes. Yes. That's.
So your intention is not to remain on top of the balloon now that this thing is singing loo 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 loo.
Yeah, I'm going to grab out my chalk and just draw a big arrow on the balloon, just straight towards that thing.
All right.
I'm gonna hang out at the top of the balloon still, but sort of like off the side, just like able to see what's going on top of the balloon. But I
right.
want cover if necessary.
The draconic creature awakens.
Ooh,
looks very angry and looks around, sees the fish man, and slams it with its tail.
No, you're supposed to go over there and make friends. Eat it.
supposed to
Great.
run over and get angry.
And then he sort of coils up its corpse in his tail and crushes it until its eyes pop out.
Oh, that's nice. Still on top
And
of
then
the
it
balloon.
snaps up the creature in its jaws and devours the remains entirely.
Probably didn't taste good. Maybe it poisoned itself.
And as it does,
Be good.
its claws kind of dig into the balloon.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Maybe we better get off on the ledge.
And
I
you
know
see
how to
this
declaw
very
it.
clearly.
Yeah.
You also note that now that the creature has been aroused,
Yes.
that
But this is the first time, right?
apparently Sarche was not successful in his endeavor.
Not as much man as he
felt
thinks he is.
successful.
Right. He may have been satisfied.
Yeah.
The Behir wasn't. So it starts to look around to see if there's anything else.
Okay, I'm gonna shimmy down. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
descend.
gonna go back inside. We have a problem.
No impending wrath. The creature does not come scuttling down the balloon.
Well,
It doesn't roar or anything else.
That's something. So, it didn't jump onto the ledge and eat the fish. Instead, it grabbed the fish and ate it on the balloon, and now it's digging its claws into the top.
We now have very good evidence that it's a murderer.
That's great. Okay, how long has it been? Like since I cast the fly spell?
Oh, not long. It's been less than an hour.
Okay, well, I think the fly spell is done though.
Okay.
I wonder if I could climb up the rope again to sort of poke over and like hit it a couple times and then climb back down. I feel like we need to disturb it more.
It did not
Maybe
seem very
devoured.
happy at the fish person for like it sort. I don't know if I got the extent to which it grabbed it and popped its eyes out and devoured it.
Oh, but see, I would be ready to run away. It would be fine.
I
Yes,
have a little
I'm
sidebar with Button while this is happening.
Yes.
Button, as your new sovereign, how do you feel sacrificing yourself for the greater good of us and your people?
I'm pretty cool with that.
You're cool with that? Okay. Hey guys, how do we feel about throwing Button at the dragon?
Sir, but no. I think we want to lure the dragon
end?
off the side of the
Kind of
balloon.
waking it up.
Right. If we were to
Like a peace offering.
You want to put the mushroom on a skewer?
well, yes, hold it up and then slowly pull it down around the side and then drop it. Maybe it would follow the mushroom down.
I've done this with a cat once. You kind of bump it on its
Yes,
head.
yes. As with a cat. Yes, perfect.
And it would
You
probably
see
be
Button, he
script.
sort of opens up the hatch and is like ready to go out. He just sort of looks down to see whether or not he can survive that fall.
Oh, Button, no, you're not gonna.
Button is the only one who's encountered this before.
Yeah,
Ate his king.
It ate his king.
Yeah.
I'd say let's just jump it. Let's go up there, hop on Pop, and take care of this.
I think it will eat us.
At this particular moment,
Maybe Button has to be sacrificed.
you sprout a second head.
Ah, yes.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
That's
Whoa!
no.
It
Also,
bursts
Party foul, dude!
Oh no.
You now have two heads that look exactly the same,
Okay, I open up.
except one's not wearing a hat, obviously.
Oh.
Oh, so you can tell which one's the evil one.
The one wearing the hat.
He's not a detective.
Yes. And you can see it's covered. It's sort of covered with bodily goop as it looks around for the first time and gauges its surroundings.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. And you get to run both parts.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh.
What have you done?
I'm new around here. How have things been going? Oh, not so bad, not so bad. Until you showed up. What are you?
Right. So.
All right.
Well, now we have an extra head to feed the dragon.
Yeah, what your idea was to just hop on Pop? Go for it. Just go. We'll be right behind you.
I'm just going to confirm that the.
So you can make a, if you want to, you can make an intelligence check.
think I want
Arcana,
to.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm
might
gonna
apply
do that.
Nature, I would say might apply, perhaps, possibly.
That's going to be a 13.
Okay.
Oh,
Well done. Yes. From the sidelines, Greg Bilson says, you get advantage because you have two heads.
20.
Yes.
Not natural.
This will also help your perception checks, by the way. Excellent. Your second head clearly deduces that you are suffering from demogorgonism.
Oh no.
Demogorgonism is a rare malady that you would not normally catch unless you were, say, exposed to some sort of phasrus-like radiation.
Oh.
Oh, it wasn't even the mushroom.
No, no.
Great.
That we know of.
You have demogorgonism.
Oh, okay.
So do I.
Did you catch that from the drow? Did you like touch them or something?
Oh.
Ooh, bad idea, man.
No, he didn't really. The drow was sort of in his leather bodysuit, his rubber bodysuit. But you did
fluid.
fondle
Here's
the
the
crystal
stay
staff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did anyone else touch the crystal staves?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna say no. Right. So, looking on top of the balloon looks like a good place to be.
And not here.
Right.
With the dragon. All of our options are bad all of a sudden.
Radiation or dragon?
Radiation or dragon.
Well, he got 2 heads.
That's
I
just
mean,
good.
That's
I guess.
more hairstyling time in the mornings, but it's doable.
It's very, very dapper.
All right. Is Button saying that he wants to be sacrificed?
Oh, yes.
Well, no, he's saying he will do it for the greater good. But now he's thinking, he's having second doubts. Thinking maybe he should go back home.
Oh, Button, you don't want to go back home. That's a long fall.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
okay.
concluded that as well. He's sort of trapped here with you at this point. So there's not much he can do either way.
You've chosen your sovereign, Button. It's,
I will do whatever you want.
So we jump the huge
let's all
creature.
go up.
Jump the creature. Is that what we're doing?
Let's go up and confer further.
Maybe
All right.
I should
You can
try
think
the
about
whole
it for a while.
hit it first and then see if it goes away.
It's not gonna. It's gonna
The
wrap
good
us
news
up
is you're still ascending.
and crush us, and then eat us.
I don't like that.
It's
but
what it's going
that's
to do.
gonna happen if we go
It
up
is a
there.
murderer, though, and we have to take care of murderers.
Right. All right. Sure.
This just in, I've got some re-rolls.
Oh.
Not very sane.
Bad news for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's put it to a vote.
gosh.
Oh, no.
2
No.
votes for go
No,
attack.
you don't get 2 votes.
Hey. Did you sprout an extra arm?
Yeah, 1 vote per 2 hands,
Yeah,
mister.
come on. Go rub up against the staff some more and then maybe we can talk.
No, don't do that.
Okay,
Is it
Fine.
just the 2 votes? All right.
Up we go.
we'll climb back on the balloon.
All right. So who's all going?
All of us.
All of
Everyone's going up on the balloon.
Except Button.
No, Button's coming.
Button
Button's
staying?
coming.
Coming?
He's got
Button.
Button.
He'll go wherever the sovereign
Okay,
tells him to go.
all
I
right.
can't-
I'll strap Larry onto my back.
Yeah.
All
Can
right.
Button climb up on
So
his own?
no
'Cause
one
I
is
can't
in the
carry Button.
bathysphere at this point.
Correct.
All right. Just making that clear. All right.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong indeed? You come back up, the dragon has fallen asleep again.
Okay,
Are we just jumping the dragon?
Eldritch Blast right on the nose.
I think this is Operation Hop on Pop.
You first.
Gonna let you do that part. I fight from a distance.
Yeah, we're doing this?
All right.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
It's gonna go so badly. It's gonna go so badly.
18.
All right. Jacques got an 18. Esquilax.
13.
13. Addy.
8.
8. And Hector.
11.
11. All right. And Button will act on your turn and do whatever you ask him to do. Jacques and Jacques, you guys go first.
All right. We're going to draw our rapier,
Okay.
which is the best weapon, for the record.
Especially for dragons.
All right.
And I'm going to attack.
All right.
That's a 19.
Your other head wants to hold it in your other hand.
But we are not left-handed.
Sorry, you said 19?
19.
All right. You pierce this thing's rubbery hide,
Oh, excellent. And it's going to take some sneak attack damage.
and it
as
wakes
well.
up with a start.
Awesome. It's going to take 15 damage.
All right. That seems to have a little effect on it. It starts to bleed from that wound. As you pull out, it is clearly awake and startled, but still surprised. And when Esquilax.
All right. I'm going to use some banked rewards here in the spirit of trying to take this thing out quickly. So we're going to go for the standard monk thing. So first of all, 2 quarterstaff hits. First one's a critical, as it turns out.
Wow.
Bonk.
Auto
You see
crit.
its eyes roll into the back of its head.
Oh, and hey, let's just use this plus 10 damage too.
All
Oh,
right.
wow.
So 8, 12 plus 10 is 22 damage from the first quarterstaff hit.
Well done.
Second one, let's just go ahead and cash in that auto crit. So auto crit number 2, 6, 10 damage from the second quarterstaff hit,
Okay.
and then 2 kicks for good measure.
Wow.
First one is 23 to hit
Ooh, yes.
for 7.
Okay.
Second one is 14 to hit
Holy smokes.
for 6.
Well done. All right. Well, this thing has already taken a bit of an ass kicking, and it is Hector's turn.
I conjure up some poison spray
Ah.
in its general direction.
All right.
And it looks like that would be a 2d12 damage.
Okay.
And I think Button's just kind of getting the lay of the land. He's just kind of sitting and watching at the moment. I don't think there's much he can do.
Sorry. So how much damage did it take?
2d12.
You roll it though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, done. 7.
All right. Oh, it gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
It does, yes.
All right. It only rolled a 4, so I'm going to use reroll from Anonymous
Oh
and get a natural 20.
No.
Okay. All right.
no. Sorry, guys.
It is not affected as the poison washes down
It was
its
the
face.
wind, you know, you couldn't have predicted that.
All right. Would you like Button to do anything on its turn?
I think Button just kind of watching this
Hanging
one.
out? All right.
Until he's needed.
On the next round of initiative, the Behir rolled a 23 on its initiative, so it goes next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Button is 9 and 10.
I knew he'd be useful.
10. Button
No, Button.
gets the bite attack.
And you wanted to throw him out.
Oh, well, someone else already bit a mushroom.
The Behir rolled a 22
Oh God,
on the
please
bite
don't let the dragon
attack.
get another head.
Oh, no.
Button disappears down the mouth of the Behir.
Thank you for your sacrifice,
Bye,
Button.
Button.
Goodbye, Button. Goodbye.
And then with its tail, it tries to wrap around another one of y'all. This time it is Jacques and Jacques. It makes a melee attack with its great bulk. It rolls a natural 19 plus 10 is 29.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, it does 17 bludgeoning damage as it coils around you,
Oy.
plus another 17 damage
Oh.
from its claws as they tear into you.
This is a bad idea.
So 34 total.
Yeah.
And you are now grappled. And while grappled, you are restrained, which
I'm
means
not looking very good.
your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Your attacks against the creature, attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. All right. So he is coiled up in this thing's massive bulk, just like the drow was. Now you know how the drow feels, but it's not as pleasant as you hoped it would be. And it is your turn, Jacques and Jacques.
It seems like this is an even more perfect time for my battle cry, which is, what am I doing with my life?
Did I get missed in initiative?
Did
Because you were at the
think
top of
you
the round,
did.
weren't you?
You haven't got
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did I skip Addie? I
so.
did.
I
Sorry,
figured I
Addie.
was going after the dragon.
No, you should go before the dragon.
All right, well. I'm going to. I don't know what these spells are that I've been left with. Those are going to be interesting.
Oh, no.
Contusion and Fire Bowl.
Oh, don't use those.
I'm going to start with Eldritch
Are those
Blasting.
mics? Yeah.
Yeah, those are mics. Let's start with Eldritch Blasting. Let's just call it a natural 20.
All right.
Thanks to the chat. And I'll stack the free critical hit on top of it, right? That
Excellent.
works?
I think
A
those would
natural
be
20 will crit.
Oh,
natural
right,
20 would
okay.
crit anyway.
Right.
Yep.
It's like one and the same. Okay.
So.
What does crit
Oh,
mean in this
extra
system?
damage die.
An extra,
So
like
whatever-
just another one of the
Yeah.
regular damage die? Okay, oh, that's the wrong one. All right, so it's 2d10 of force damage. So that's going to be 2 and 6 points of damage. And
All right.
then another 9 points of damage.
Got it. This is just the die, not the bonus as well on top of the die.
Okay, so 6 and 9 because I get 2 beams, and then the extra die is going to be another 4.
Great. Okay. I won't forget you next time, Maddie. Sorry, Jacques and Jacques. You issue your battle cry.
Yeah, no, I think that my turn was nearly over anyway.
I think your life is nearly over anyway.
I have a whopping 4 hit points at this point, so it should be fun. Oh. Yeah, it's a party. I'm going to roll at disadvantage to murder it from the inside of its grasp.
Okay.
It's a... Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Ah,
It's not a great idea.
it's a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good idea. I'm going to do a free crit, which is here.
Okay.
And I guess I'm going to crit it with my rapier to do wild damage of 10.
Plus another die, right?
All right.
It's a crit. It's a crit.
Oh, 13.
All right. Okay, this thing is kind of a bloodied mess right now, but it is still clutching onto you, squeezing the life out of you even as you puncture the life out of it.
Puncture faster! Puncture faster!
Esquilax.
I'm gonna bludgeon faster. Let's do the monk thing again. This time not with extra crits and whatnot, but we'll do it as well as we can. 17 quarterstaff for 9 points.
Okay.
19 quarterstaff for 8 points.
Yep.
Kick.
Yeah.
19 for 8. Kick number 2.
Wow, you're just pummeling this thing.
18 for 7.
All right.
Using those key
Whack,
points.
kick, headbutt, elbow drop.
Yep, all the things.
All the things. All right.
Acrobatic
You're
kung
punching into
fu.
its rubbery hide. You're bashing its head around. You're knocking it about. You're still in its coils. This thing is tumbling around the balloon. You see one of its claws rip a gash right in the balloon.
Oh no.
The balloon doesn't collapse, but you see this sort of bluish mist coming out from inside the balloon in a jet, basically.
Oh dear.
Healthy.
This
Oh
bluish,
dear.
purplish, phasrous mist comes seeping out. And the balloon gets a little bit softer, but is still okay.
Oh boy.
Do you need that to breathe? Okay.
And it is Hector's turn.
Oh dear. I may go ahead and just do another round of poison spray. Possible.
Okay.
It's an at-will, so.
Gets another saving throw.
Players.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a critical fail for that saving throw.
Okay, then I'm going to use my
Yes.
reroll from Brian D.
Wait a second.
to roll a natural 19.
Does that work? Does poor Ben C's donation for critical fail go?
From the sidelines here, we don't want to counter people's donations.
All right.
No countering for the children.
So you take 14 damage and you feel really bad
All
about
right.
it.
Another opportunity to use it, Chris.
The gloves are off now.
Thank you, Ben C.
Kids
for
are no
that
kids.
fail.
Arms race.
Kids are no kids.
Oh,
All right. My beloved Bahir is getting massacred. And so the Bahir is looking very, very hurt. You don't know how much more punishment it can take. And Addie.
Okay.
On that note.
On that note. All right. I'm going to cast Blight at it.
Light?
Blight.
Blight. Okay.
The less friendly light.
I will use my critical success
All right.
from Ben C. Thank you, Ben. And
So you know who's sad now? Brian D.
Oh, his time will come, I'm sure.
yeah. And let's see. You have to make a Constitution saving throw, but I'm also going to use this DM rolls a 1.
Oh. Bollocks.
We're just burning through our resources though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna
You
be
don't
in-
have any other dragons or anything planned, right? We'll
This
be
is
so
actually
fine.
a diplomacy
Fine.
encounter.
This
Totally
is, yeah,
fine.
like a 2-hour encounter, right?
So I get 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed
8d8?
save. Yeah. Yeah. Target plant, creature, magical plant. That doesn't target a non-magical plant that isn't a creature. Okay, that's not relevant. So, do I add my modifier to this, or is it just a straight d8?
I think it's just straight D8.
Okay, that was 2 and 2. All right, it's 2 dice.
Here, I'll run down.
6. Another 2. Come on, D8. You gotta do better than this. 1.
D8 is
3. This D8 is the worst.
saddest blight
many am I
damage
at?
ever.
You're at 16 so far.
Another 1.
Okay, 17. You have one more.
8.
Whoa.
Finally.
So 25 points total.
Yeah.
Yes. That could have gone better.
Okay.
It didn't go.
It could have gone
All right.
worse.
It still has single-digit hit points remaining.
Well, that's a thing.
That's poor
Means it
timing.
can still fight. Yeah.
It is its turn.
Uh-oh.
So, lightning breath, swallow whole.
Depends on the direction.
These
either
are the-
a-
Should I just put that DM rolls of 1, the last one I've got out there right now?
If
That's
you do,
just
it's
going to
using
tell
its
him lightning breath.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see. J'accuse and j'accuse. Roll a die for me. Odd is lightning breath.
A
Even.
die for both of us?
Okay.
Yes.
A
That's a
die to
natural
determine
20.
how you
That's the
die.
natural 20.
All right. So it's going to be a swallow whole
Good.
attempt.
Perfect. No,
You
that's
can cut your way out of
that's
that.
a great thing to get off of a natural 20.
Yeah. It will make it has to make a bite attack against you. But it has advantage against you because you are in its coils.
It's better than swallow chewed.
It rolled a
It's true. You could
it rolled
still
a
get out.
16 on its first attack.
I have an AC of 16.
And okay. So it is going to swallow you whole.
Yeah.
So good news is you're no longer grappled. Yay!
You'll definitely know who the murderer is.
Bad news is you're blinded and restrained as you are stuffed down its gullet.
We're both blinded?
Yes, you're both blinded. You take 21. Oh, wait. No, never mind. You're just swallowed. You're just swallowed. It's all cool. No worries. Okay. J'accuse and j'accuse are gone. They disappear inside this creature. Well, you see their feet, and then they're gone.
Oh dear.
The creature looks very satisfied.
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, if the creature's satisfied, then like.
Oh, I meant the sticky.
I was like, the creature
The
can
sticky's
sleep
bad. The sticky's
peacefully.
bad. Happy dragons are fine.
Wonderful now.
All right. So the behir
But if he's satisfied, he'll curl
is
up and go to sleep
done
again.
on its turn. It looks very satisfied.
Worst
J'accuse
morning
and
pet ever.
j'accuse.
Yeah.
You are inside the behir,
So-
blinded and restrained, but otherwise just being stuffed further and further down its gullet.
Yeah, otherwise
Totally
totally
fine.
Yeah.
So can I roll at disadvantage to stab it?
Yes,
Oh, if
you
you
can.
if you have advantage from having 2 heads, does that just give you no disadvantage then? And you're back to normal?
I mean, I think it would
Well,
be
no.
pretty tough for me to fail stabbing it from inside of it.
It is possible simply because you might be in a position where you can't effectively stab
Stab
at
your
that
other
particular
head.
moment. So make your attack with disadvantage because you're blinded.
Okay. Come on. That's a critical failure.
Okay? Yeah, you can't, it's got you, with its constricting musculature in its neck, it's got you so pinned down you can't even do that.
I blame you.
Yeah. And, okay, so you're done. Esquilax.
Burning through those key points, let's do more combos. Natural 20 on the first attack.
Well done.
So 5, 10, 14 damage on the first hit.
You punch it dead.
Okay, bam!
Bam!
Like do
All
the
right.
tiger uppercut thing.
The behir collapses on the balloon and then starts to begin to kind of roll.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Right, we gotta cut him out! We gotta cut him out!
But you've only made an attack, so would you like to take an action of some kind?
Yeah,
or
I'll
some
just-
other movement of some kind.
Well, I'll grab its tail, or I'll grab onto it and try and stop
Yeah.
it from
Oh,
rolling
no.
off the
Okay,
edge.
everybody
A
roll.
7,000-pound thing.
Well, you
that
know.
was holding on with its 12 legs.
Yeah, you start to kind of grab onto it and you realize this is going to work.
Yeah, bad news. Okay.
I'm just going over with it now. So it begins to sort of awkwardly begin tumbling
Oh, it's all
off the
greased
balloon.
up too. Like,
Does anyone have anything sharp that can pierce through him? Can we like Red Riding Hood wolf
have an
style?
axe.
Can we axe into
you
it?
Have my axe.
axe hit a question.
Well, funny you should say that because it is your turn.
I ask kindly if anyone has anything sharp because my club is not going to pierce through.
Oh, Sarche would have loved that.
Oh, I bet. Sarche did not know about it on purpose.
Can you turn into any kind of creature that flies and has any kind of?
I unfortunately cannot fly.
Okay.
I have not gotten high enough in my studies to fly yet.
Someday.
Someday.
You will soar like an eagle.
Yeah. Fly up high in the sky.
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow. I don't even know if I could hold your axe. I although well endowed, I am quite not large enough. Is there any way you would be able to do something?
I might. You can. You could just hold your action for now.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll pass it to you.
All right.
Okay, so you're just holding back. You're like, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to run up and try and cut him out with my axe.
Okay. You try to tauntaun this thing.
Yeah,
All right.
basically.
You're gonna have to do a lot of damage.
I
so-
rolled a natural 20.
Well done.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
So make sure that if you have any sort of damage dealing additive abilities, use those up. If any of you guys want to give her some extra damage boost that you've inherited, feel free.
This isn't the sort of thing you can do an assist with, is it?
Okay. But I'm going to tell you, you need to do 30 points of damage to cut this thing open.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to do it. The hand axe is just 1d8 plus 1, so I'm going to get 2 of those, right? Since it's a critical.
Oh wait, can I do a
Yeah.
flame blade? What's up?
So,
Flame blade would probably.
and if we
work.
let's say if we get a donation of $20
Yeah.
before this turn resolves,
Right now.
you'll get a
Right now.
plus 10 damage bonus.
All right.
Nice.
I'm just going to roll this die
Donors
for a
at home?
minute.
This would be a good time.
Stalling.
see that Alexander, have you had your critical success yet from Andy A?
I have not.
All right, you have a critical success right now.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can,
Can I take my action
you can jump in
at the
right
same
after.
time? And can like while she's axing, I'm flame blading. Like we meet in the middle of this dragon.
Well, if you jump in after me, that's still, I think, before the dragon goes, right?
At the very least, somebody's going to need to pull him out if she does carve him open, because he hasn't got an action.
Oh, I don't
So.
know if I'd be able to. I could transform.
All right, well, my
Do
first
something.
die was a 3, so that's great. This d8 is going to,
Okay.
need to be burned.
So how much damage have you done so far? 3?
Yeah.
He thinks you got a ways to go.
A little bit. That one's an 8.
All right.
So that's 9. So
What?
that's 12. I don't think I have any
Need another
way
18 damage.
to
All right.
add
Looking for
to
18
that.
damage.
Number 18.
Not
Well, if you've got an auto crit,
really.
We just
But
got a
it's-
$1,000 donation from
Hello.
Jean T. Wow. For Chris's signed adventure and a whole load of other things. Wow.
Wow. All right. Well, I think you deal the damage.
Yay!
Deal all the damages.
Suddenly
You
I
take your
find
axe,
strength within
you
me.
slice this thing right down its gullet, and would you like to jump in and pull out the moist,
I
snot-covered
would.
jacuzzi?
Am I just covered in like blue goop
Yeah.
now?
I
Yes.
would.
You are.
I-
Blue blood is just absolutely all over you.
Oh, well, I always knew I was.
All right,
royal.
so a halfling hand reaches in through the blubber and the slash mark and grabs onto
Bite
you.
onto that and try to wiggle out.
Okay, this two-headed monstrosity comes out of the Behir's gullet. And the
my
Behir
gosh.
tumbles away, freeing you, essentially, from its innards.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, make a strength check.
Okay. 16.
Okay, you are managing to hold on to him. Keep from sliding down.
Keeping some of that animal strength with me.
Yeah.
I'm mid transformation.
All right.
Thank you.
The balloon begins to rise a little bit faster.
so I'm looking at the blue mist that's still
Yeah.
Coming out through the gap.
out of the
Leaky,
top.
right?
Does anyone know how to deal with that?
Do you have any idea how to deal with that? Does he have any idea how to deal with that?
You try to patch the hole with something.
Like a cloak or
The gash is about 4 feet across.
I have a winter blanket.
That would work,
Let us use that.
right? So like,
You're just going to drape the blanket over top?
well, we'll need to weight it down or sew it in or something like that.
Do you happen to have any of your patch sewing?
I have some iron spikes.
Yeah.
Why
that'll
did
work.
we rescue you?
We should have saved the other
Oh
guy.
my gosh, we would be even lighter without you.
So as far as I know, this stuff is what made this guy. So I'm gonna lean in a little close and let him just suck up a little.
I mean,
All right.
I've got a crowbar that'd weight down one side.
Well,
Could we attach some, like, could we lay rope all over the blanket and then tie the rope to various other ropes that are actually coming up on top of the balloon to, like,
Yeah, you
weight
could
it
attempt to
down
do
and then
that.
keep it secure?
Yeah.
right.
Let's do that. I
Essentially
got some
create
rope.
this sort of web of ropes
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
blanket to hold it in place.
Oh gosh, it's like we learned something from those drow. Oh.
Yes, your knot tying skills are at stake.
The web of ropes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the web of
that's a
ropes.
classic drow move.
All right. So
tight.
you
The
try
blanket
to
can get out of
basically
it if they
tie
need
this
to.
blanket down as much as possible. You see a little bit of mist coming out from the ends of the blanket. You're not really stitching it, but you have certainly helped. That takes you.
All right.
It takes you about an hour to do that.
Great.
You're
Oh
on
my
the balloon.
gosh.
Good. Shots?
Yes.
Shots all around. All right.
Prefer to stay pure. You can have mine.
Eventually, you probably want to get back down into your little bathysphere and.
Whew.
It's so much nicer in here now that there's not a dragon upstairs and 2 drow
And it's
screwing
still
in the
full of
water.
radiation, so that's that.
And people,
Yep.
creatures.
All right.
Just me.
But no sexy drow.
And that weird mushroom thing.
He's gone.
What mushroom thing are you
Did you
seeing?
find him
Which
down
head-
there?
Which
Like,
head is?
Was he down there? You could have grabbed
was
him
he
out
in
of the
there with you?
dragon.
Huh.
Did you bring?
I should have used Button for help. Or you guys could have saved Button. If he was, at all of interest to you
we had
guys. So I guess
forgotten
that
about
tells you
Button.
something.
Okay, we hold a memorial service for Button.
Oh, come
Okay.
on.
In the
Creatures,
hatch,
it's
in
a
the
circle of
balloon.
life.
All right.
Creatures die.
And
And
you
it's
move
on.
tragic,
You
and
move
we need
on.
to remember
Yes.
them.
Yeah, those mushrooms are probably now going to go eat the corpse of this thing that fell.
Circle of life.
Yeah, circle of life.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
it
sing
all
that
checks
little
out. Everyone's a murderer.
That's not what that
Okay.
means.
Let's see.
We
Okay.
certainly are.
I'm just going to get to know
good
my other
punching.
head.
Get to know
Thank
your
you.
other head.
Yeah, it's
All right.
something I'm fairly good at.
A few hours pass. A couple days pass.
Wow.
And you find yourself all of the you've kind of, as you've floated up inside this bathysphere, you've seen yourself occasionally emerging into caverns, and sometimes they're very colorful with like mushrooms or glowing crystals. Sometimes they're very dark. Sometimes they're very wet and they have lots of water sort of tumbling out of them, and you realize, oh, that's the source of some of the water pouring down the walls of the shaft. And then your crystals run out of Theoharis, and your balloon begins to sink.
Oh, geez.
Oh dear.
That's bad.
Well, and we're in a cavern at some point while this is happening?
Yeah, as you start to sort of sink down, you come back to one of the caverns that you passed by.
Okay.
Ledges nearby or something?
Like toss.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to sort of reach
Throw a
ledges
rope.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You can throw a rope. You could maybe use one of your spikes to anchor it.
Yeah.
We can use
let's
that rope
spike
that
it
was
down.
keeping the balloon from sinking since that's done.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab out some of the staves just in case we can power them somehow.
Yeah.
You don't need more of that.
No, that's good. He can carry all of them.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah.
there's no Theoharis in the staff, so it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
They're just like crystals?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're essentially crystal rods.
That's still cool to have.
Yeah. Okay, so you pull them out. Now, through your deductive reasoning, you know that the Underdark is suffused with Theoharis. There are places where it exists, places where it doesn't, places where it's bountiful, places where it's not so bountiful. But you could go out and look for it, possibly recharge the staffs.
All right. Well, that seems like a plan.
We up for it?
As good a plan as any.
Woo.
All right.
All right, let's
Wait.
charge out.
Can we like anchor the balloon so it doesn't just like sink all the way back down the shaft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. It's got its anchors.
Cool.
Well, actually, no. You unhitch the anchors, but you have a rope, and you can tie the rope off, spike it in real good, and the balloon will just sort of hang float there.
I'm
Excellent.
going to attach my signet ring so that people know that it's ours. And don't just run off.
Oh, okay.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I mean, before.
An
it
underdark
was-
monster will come along and go, oh, well, this balloon is taken. Clearly.
I wouldn't want someone to
leave this
do
ring
to
here
us
as
what we
well.
did to those other guys who
Of
probably
course.
had a balloon.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were drow.
All right.
Whatever.
And you begin to make your way through the cavern looking for evidence of Theoharis. And you see on top of a kind of lumpy-looking stalagmite, and this is about 100 yards away, and not quite within sight of the balloon. You can just sort of see the top of the balloon from where you are now. You see a creature with warty flesh and a big bulbous eye perched on top of this stalagmite. And when he sees you, he goes,
Oh dear.
Crazy.
and he looks like
get the joke.
this.
Oh,
Hilarious!
It's a medical condition, and I'm having it worked on.
And you can see sort of lying around him are all of these old kind of moldy books. Some of them are open, some of them are closed, some of them are in really bad shape. They've just been sort of discarded and they're lying upside down, their pages crumpled. But he's got all this pile of books around the base of his stalactite, and he's just laughing hysterically at you.
Don't worry, Larry. It's not you. That's very rude.
We're just hilarious. I
Weird
think we're
looking guy to be
I think we're
laughing
quite
at.
funny.
Hello there.
Hello there!
Hello?
It starts to speak at you in what you assume is undercommon.
Do you understand that?
Anybody speak it?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
I'm sure it's
It's
not
just
saying
sort of
anything
babbling
important.
incoherently at you and bursting out into laughter.
Yes! No! I've heard that one before.
I'm gonna go look at one of the books.
And as you sort of watch, you can see that as you gather around him, your crystal staffs are slowly glowing again. Like they're pulling in Theoharis from the sort of cavern. This place where this creature is apparently has at least some amount of Theoharis in it. Not a ton, obviously, because your staffs aren't suddenly radiating bright light, but they are drawing in the Theoharis and getting gradually brighter. You think if you were to wait here for, say, an hour, your staffs might be fully satiated.
I guess we put up with those drow for several hours. We can deal with this guy.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
I would like to look at the books if I can get close enough.
Yeah, you can see that they're spell books.
Oh.
He's got piles and piles of spell books.
Exciting.
And they're written in Undercommon, Dwarven, Common,
Ooh.
Elvish,
I'll look at some of the dwarven ones.
Abyssal. Okay, the Dwarven ones, yeah. You can see that one of the bigger tomes is actually a Dwarven tome, and on the cover, you can see the words Trussell's Codex.
Sounds like a trustworthy guy.
Russell.
You mind if I just borrow this? That's cool, right?
He just laughs at you.
All right.
How
I
close
take the
is
book.
he to us?
Oh, like as close as we are to each other, 5 feet.
And he seems okay with that.
Yeah, he is. You get the sense that he is totally just nuts. He's lost it.
I'm sure that's not from the radiation.
Yeah.
Trying not to think about the radio.
You can see as you sort of pick up this big tome and look at it, he kind of comes lumbering down, kind of grabs the top of the tome and turns it upside down in your hands. Like that's the way you're supposed to do it.
Hilarious!
Thank you.
And then he laughs.
That's so sweet of you. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Super funny.
I pick up one of. Oh, sorry.
No, just play along. Super funny.
I pick up one of the spell books in common as well.
All right. Cool. And while you are looking at the books, I would like to know all of your passive perception scores. So that's basically 10 plus your wisdom bonus or your perception score bonus.
Okay.
13.
13?
12.
12.
12.
What do I get for J'accuse Light?
You get to. Oh, that's true. Just make a perception check with advantage.
Jack Hughes 2, TOO.
One of them was natural 20s.
Well done. You are not surprised when a creature that kind of has a barrel-shaped body, 3 arms, 3 legs, phases out of the wall behind you.
J'accuse Prime, there's something over there.
And it looks like that.
Oh.
And it starts calling or asking. It starts talking to you in Terran, which I assume none of you speak, and then starts talking to you in Common with its big sort of top of the body mouth, and says, "Give me your family jewels."
I'm sorry?
Give me your family
We
jewels.
left the trowel back there.
And he pulls out daggers. His stony hands.
Rest. We didn't really talk about that.
No.
Yeah, you
Yes.
took a short rest.
Okay.
You probably took
We
a
were
long
there for a
rest. It's
few
been
days.
days,
We
so
were
you're
at
good. You
it's
got
been
it.
days.
so.
It's
I
got- you got all
thought
your
so.
spells.
All right.
Give me your family jewels.
No.
To which the Nothic goes,
Yeah, he
How charged
would.
up are the rods at this point?
they're about half.
About half, okay. So we can go like halfway up.
Hit him with one. I wonder what happens if you hit him with one.
Oh.
We fought a dragon. We can do anything.
I don't.
It's not good to be so boastful.
And you see this creature's mouth at the top of its barrel-shaped head is just gnashing. It's obviously hungry.
I don't have
Got
any
any mushrooms?
jewels.
I throw some rations at it.
Okay, they sort of stick to it. Not goop, coin, gems.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And he says, crystal, crystal, crystal,
no, he
crystal.
can't.
Oh, no, no, no.
That's very bad.
Five
Coins?
of them.
Gems? I can throw some silver coins at him.
Oh, okay.
What does
You
he
sort
do
of
then?
toss those in his mouth and more.
I don't. There might be some gems around here. I'm gonna start just ripping patches at random off of the robe of useful items to see if I can
Ladder
find
goes flying in
something,
one direction.
something cool.
Mule goes flying in another direction.
Like yeah, so like rowboat.
Rowboat.
Oh, bag of 100 GP.
Yay!
There we go.
You pour that bag in its mouth. Nom, good. Nom, 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 nom.
Next one, wooden ladder. Yep, definitely.
Does he want that? Ooh.
More gold.
All right, gold. Nom, nom, nom,
We
nom,
should
nom,
start. We
nom.
should like throw just like a couple pieces at a time. See how long we
Okay.
can take the feeding
Yeah,
process.
you sort of ration it out.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, in which case you recharge your staffs. It gets satisfied, goes, nom, very good. Bye. And then phases through the wall. And we're done. Next break.
Feed the bears.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
We have officially reached $80,000.
And actually, we really just shot past 80,000. We were frenetically refreshing it when it was stuck at 79,959. Waiting to see. And then the next thing we know, it is 81,000 and some. A lot thanks to Gene T. Thank you so much. I passed along your message to Chris, and I'm sure he'll do what he can. There was some discussion about whether we would allow Button to return. Is Chris here? Did he jet? All right. Oh no, Chris is right there. Chris. So, Chris, there was some discussion about whether donations could be taken to allow Button to return.
Absolutely.
All right.
What do you think would be fair?
You're the DM.
Oh, I don't know. He's a small guy. $100.
All right, 100. Then if we get 100 to the official WotC channel, the one that's posted, the link that's posted to the channel, then we will get that. We'll get button back.
Yay, button.
Yay, button. All right, so we are racing through a lot of stuff right now. We apologize if in the hurried donations we end up having something that clears out before we're able to get it to you. We'll try to find something that we can provide a replacement and get in touch with you about that.
Yep.
Some of the things we do still have some of the miniatures, the ancient brass dragon and the silver ancient dragon, silver dragon, at $50 each. We did run out of Sword Coast Legends Deluxe Edition codes, but if you donate $75 or more toward any combination of products, you will also get the Sword Coast Legends. So, for example, if you bought the 2 sets of miniatures here and donated for $100, you would also get Sword Coast Legends, which has a value of, I believe, $39.99.
Super fun game. Highly recommended. We played it a lot in the office. We have a lot of great
I thought the
stories
game
from
you were
it.
talking about was math for a second. I thought you were being sarcastic.
Math?
Yeah, adding together things. No, okay.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah. We still have a few copies of Archmage. We still have some Dungeon Master screens, Dice Masters, and a load of minis. We're trying to keep that updated on the D&D webpage, but a few of those have cleared out or are getting low in quantities.
Just a reminder, everyone who donates this weekend will also receive an Everwinter code for a sentient gelatinous cube companion. You won't be able to redeem it until November 17th, but you will receive it within the first 2 weeks of November. So
that's a tall promise. Maybe you'll receive it around November.
You'll receive it, yeah, somewhere around the month of November.
or October,
big.
December. Yeah, I mean that really.
I mean
counts
that is kind of
either
around.
side. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So that's super cool. Sentient gelatinous cubes are awesome. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, great garbage disposals. All right, Tara, why don't you join us before we embarrass ourselves even more?
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going well. How
I
are
think you
you?
know how it's going, Tara. I
do.
think you know.
I feel awful. Okay, so I was here last night. I went home. I slept for.
Jumping in here.
I slept. I can be over the motions. I slept maybe like 5 hours.
That must
and
be
I'm,
nice.
And I feel exhausted.
What's
I am
that like?
so tired. So, sorry guys.
I've forgotten what
kicking
sleep
us
feels
while we're
like.
down.
I know, they look like they're gonna cry. I'm so sorry.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Drop the mic. We're
Yeah,
done.
and as much as I'm happy to have Chris here, the flurry of donations, also with my fraying sanity, is definitely.
As you're back there
Yeah.
sending the
Yeah.
emails. and-
So I apologize for typos or babble that you may get in your emails.
It's just like the letter J over and over again.
That is
As
very
quickly.
likely. We've been seeing all the donations come in, and our eyes just gloss over, just glaze over. It's pretty great.
Our eyes are definitely popping when we hit 80,000, and we will get that Sword Coast Adventurers Guide preview up just as soon as I have time.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Tell us about your character. I actually missed the introduction of why you have antlers.
Yeah, so
What's with
I
that?
am Hector the Well-Endowed. Thank you, donor Shannon. Yes, it's based off of the Community Dungeons & Dragons episode. However, my character is a female halfling druid. So Hector the Well-Endowed is a family name. She's well-endowed because her family are quite tall for halflings. Halflings are normally 3 foot. You can tell I'm like 3'2".
Lost in translation a bit
Yeah.
there, I suspect.
Yeah. So so she's a halfling druid. She went off. She's one with nature. She's a bit of a hermit. She'd rather kind of be out by herself, protecting nature and the animals around her, than being with other creatures. So she's feeling a bit claustrophobic in our current campaign, where she's been on a hot air balloon type thing in a shaft pretty much the entire time with a whole bunch of other creatures, some of which we're doing sexy things in the background that we didn't really want to be a part of. They're gone now.
I probably missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of spaced out.
It's been a lot of fun. One unique thing about my character, so as a druid, with the antlers, I embody different types of animals, and I can turn into animals. And I have a battle cry that was donated actually from my brother Evan, and it's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Evan!
Happy birthday, Evan.
And the battle cry he wanted me to do was this dolphin cry that I have that I can do, and I've turned it into my animal transformation cry. So every time I transform into an animal, I make it, and it's.
Have you?
And it's
that was nice. You actually shielded.
That
was good.
Try to shield the mic a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely
like crazy.
phenomenal.
So that's been a delight to do.
Yeah,
So
that's
thanks.
impressive.
Thanks, Evan.
When I saw that donation, actually, I was kind of checking out other people's pages.
Yeah.
I made a few attempts at it, and it was embarrassing, and I decided never to try to do
Yeah,
that again.
I don't know how I learned that I could do a dolphin cry, but it's a thing I can do, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
We found out yesterday that Greg
You're
can do a pretty good impression from Willow, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You
I
know,
don't,
we had
I
this
saw
conversation
Yes, but I
yesterday.
saw Willow like 20 years ago, and I don't even know what
That's
a
just
single
his voice,
quote.
Alyssa.
sorry.
His voice.
I think that got
That's
personal
just
really
my
fast.
voice.
Greg is very sensitive today.
All
Wow,
right, I think
You
that's
guys need
a good
sleep,
time to. All right, thank you for joining us, Tara.
Well, thank you.
Get you back to the game shortly. We would really like to thank all of our donors by name, but there were too many in the last hour. So just thank you all for helping push us past $80,000 to helping children. I think there is a chance we could make $85,000. In which case, we might be persuaded to release the Dwergar as well. I make no promises, but I can consult with the powers that be, which
He looks at me.
Is really,
Ha.
that's not, no, that was just,
okay.
you have to be there.
Okay.
I was actually just staring off into space and you were there in the way.
This is my life.
All right, so there's a lot of donations to players and DMs flying around. There's a little critical arms war going on. So I want to standardize all this. If you're going to donate to a player or the Dungeon Master, please donate to the D&D, the bit.ly/D&D Extra Life page so that we can track all of that. And we're going to set rerolls at 20. We're going to set, what was I thinking? Rerolls at 20 and critical successes at 50. And for players, if they want to use their critical successes to instead make the DM roll a critical fail, they can. So critical fails or critical successes are 50, rerolls are 25. And I think that about covers it.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right. Well, thank you all again, and enjoy the game. 2 more hours to go.
Thank you, guys.
All right. If this adventure feels like a bunch of bad SNL skits stitched together, it's because we received a lot of donations and a lot of people asked to include things in this adventure, including the Nothic and the Zorn and a few other things that you're about to encounter.
Oh, yay!
So your crystals are powered up. The cackling Nothic doesn't seem to be harmful in any way. As you're sort of looking through this spell book that you found, this dwarven spell book, you can see notes in the margins everywhere, scribbles showing diagrams of the vehicle you've been traveling in. The balloon, the bathysphere. Whoever owned this spell book built the device, maybe even part of the shaft that you're in. Make a wisdom check or a wisdom insight if you have it.
So 19 for a wisdom check.
Well done. You think that it may have been this creature. that this creature
Really?
may have been a dwarf at one point that was somehow metamorphosed into this horrible, mad creature.
That's terrifying. You need to stay really far away from me with those rods. I cannot work with that look. You just stay way back there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That seems very
Wow.
unlikely.
I try saying something to him in Dwarven.
Okay. He stops laughing for a moment and kind of looks at you with his big eye and sort of blinks like there's a dim sense of recognition that it remembers something about that.
I know. Okay, Larry, look away. This is gonna be like traumatizing. I draw a picture of the balloon, like on some
Okay.
parchment, and like show it to him. Like,
He looks at it,
is this you?
and you see this sort of big well tear form in his eye and just sort of drip down his face.
Hand him a hanky.
Okay, he takes it, eats it, spits it out because it tastes terrible.
It's great work. Good job. Oh, I think he made this, you guys.
He looks at the picture and he just sort of holds it and he goes sort of wandering off with it in the
Oh, no, you
darkness.
keep that, honey.
Okay, let's not get too attached because he might want it back.
He could come with us. It's
Can he though?
possible. I mean, it conceivably
only
possible.
ugly
He
on
could
the
fit in the.
outside.
It could happen.
He laughs. It's annoying. It's like a lot.
He could ride on the top. He would probably
He
enjoy
might
it.
I'd be cool with that.
Cry.
Does he have claws
we
or-
can see if he can
Balloons, like
fix the
laughing.
Yeah, his
leak.
claws.
Maybe
if
he
he's
shouldn't ride on
useful.
top.
Yeah.
He's wandered off right now, right?
Not too far.
Okay.
He could ride in the sphere, and the rest of us could ride on top, away from the radiation.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over and
I mean, he can
say
stay
in
with
He could
Dwarven
stay in
again,
the. Yeah.
Do you want to see your balloon again? And like point at the picture of the balloon and then point this way.
He doesn't really get you,
Come
but
with us.
he will sort of come after you and
Okay.
follow you.
Are we
a
ready to go
friendly
back
way?
now?
And yeah, it's hard to tell. but
friendly as
he's
he
not
could be.
attacking you,
Yeah.
so
Looks sort
okay.
of like Fibble
But he's got a. Not only did he giggle a lot, but he's also got a big drooling problem.
It's kind of better than the oil. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, for
But
sure.
when he sees the balloon, he's just a wide-eyed stare and frozen in disbelief, like he's seeing it for the first time in years.
Aw. Come on, you can come with us.
And then he seems kind of nervous about it. Like he doesn't. He's. You try to goad him forward, and he's like highly suspicious.
It's cool. The dragon's gone. It's fine. It's fine. It's safe.
You also see over by the balloon, standing near it, looking at your signet ring, are two creatures, humanoid, dressed outlandishly.
Oh, yeah, no, that's ours. You can tell. There's the ring on it.
You can see that one of them is wearing a black, not that you would necessarily know this, what it is exactly, but a black pressed suit, a top hat, a monocle, and is holding a cane. The other one is wearing a big flowing Victorian dress and has big sort of curls, a big head of hair.
That is just weird clothing.
And the
Sir-
dress has obviously been in the Underdark for a while, so it's looking a little gray.
Sir, Madame, that's ours.
When they turn around, you can see that their faces are sort of purple and almost featureless, except for big, white, opalescent eyes and tentacles hanging where their mouths should be.
Yes.
Is there more to that statement?
No, met
Friends
one
of yours?
Yeah, met one of these. Yes.
Yes, they look like this.
Oh.
But like I said, they're dressed up in Victorian garb. And the one with the monocle takes his monocle out and says to you telepathically, "Is there room for us aboard your ship?
It's possible that there is room.
We wish to get to the surface. You see, that's where we come from. Yes, we come from the surface. We do, yes.
Yes,
And the
absolutely.
one in the curls, the one in the corset and the dress and everything, turns and says, "Yes, we got lost down here in the night below, but we're humans who want to get back up to the surface now."
Yes, I can tell because you look like humans.
Yes, don't we?
Yes, exactly like them.
resemblance,
How did you get down here in the first place?
Oh, we fell down a staircase and got lost, and well, you know, I had a show, and what's more, and all that. Yes, of course. He says, I'm quite the dancer, you know, and he begins to dance with the cane and twirls the cane around and tips the hat and all that. He says, see, I'm a dancer from the surface. Yes, the surface realm, that's where I'm from.
These seem like my kind of people.
The waving of the cane, do we see this as a sign of an attack?
You could perceive that. These creatures clearly aren't human, but they do want to get to the surface, apparently. They say, we noticed that your ring here signifies that this aerial vehicle belongs to you. We didn't want to presume.
Oh, that's correct. We liked it, so we put a ring on it.
Yes, clearly. What?
Don't applaud. Don't encourage that.
Actually, we wouldn't think to board without your permission. Well, of course, cultured humans, after all.
Yes.
I see no problem with a couple of fine passengers such as these.
Well, there's the fact that the balloon isn't working. I'm going to make a deception check. That's a 17.
All right.
To basically convince them that the balloon is like, it ran out of like power and we can't get it to go. So we kind of been wandering around trying to figure out if we could get some like power from something somewhere, but we totally haven't had any luck. But we were thinking maybe over that way. We could look there and you could look there and we could meet back here in an hour and see if we found anything.
The one in the dress says, or sorry, the one with the monocle says, they sort of look at each other and go, well, if you don't want us aboard, you could just say so.
No, we want you aboard.
Well, it doesn't appear that way.
What?
Not to me,
Couldn't
anyway.
we just use the power that we got back there?
You can see the one in the dress hasn't said much and is actually feeling, you can tell, just exuding this sort of lack of confidence, this sense of the ridiculousness of the situation. Clearly not the actor of the two, and is starting to look a little impatient and disgruntled, having to wear this ridiculous costume.
Her.
I think,
Sorry.
well, if leaving them behind is an option, they eat brains.
That's terrifying.
We have extra brains.
I'm glad you're volunteering.
Yes, quite true. They could
We
solve
have
it.
too many brains to go
It's
around.
possible.
We may have
with
more
those,
soon.
we will have an
Maybe-
unlimited supply.
Maybe if they hold the power rods, they could grow their own food supply.
So are we
All
inviting them?
checks out.
I tried to get rid of them. It didn't work.
All right. Well,
I could turn into a horse, and then there wouldn't be enough room for them.
You see a little creature come sort of out from underneath the dress. And it is a gelatinous cube, about 1 foot across in each dimension. It's like a little baby gelatinous cube. And just,
Oh, it's so cute.
and it comes out from underneath the dress and just the illithid with the dress sort of tries to cover it up again with the dress.
Don't touch that. I've encountered these. Don't touch it.
But it's darling.
Don't.
It doesn't like
Don't.
to be petted.
Don't touch it.
And the
Larry and Addie
thing
go
in the
salt
dress
the
seems horribly embarrassed.
oh dear, yes.
Well, I'm gonna hop back into the ship and start plugging in these rods.
Okay.
I think you guys are being very, very condescending to accept a bunch of weird, sexy folk, but not these perfectly nice.
He raises a valid point. Let's sure. What could go wrong?
I'm sulking in the
What
corner.
could go wrong?
I
Shall
can
we
mention
list the
1 or
things?
2 things that could go wrong. 3 things.
And is our new friend still following us, laughing along
Yeah.
at this?
He's not laughing so much. He's sort of awestruck by the balloon at the moment.
Okay.
So
So we already have one extra passenger.
yes, can we take on
1
3?
and a half.
We lost Button, so we had 3 before.
Button was very small.
I mean, he was the size of her.
Excuse me. I had at least 1 foot and 2 inches on
That's
Button.
true.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right. Everyone on the balloon again. We can have people on top,
All right.
people in the bathysphere.
Maybe you can fix it.
Maybe.
We could show him the tear.
Okay, everybody in.
I draw a picture of the top of the balloon with like a tear in it and things leaking out and show it to the guy.
Okay. He looks up at the top of the balloon. There's like something registering in his brain. You see his tongue come out a bit, and then he goes over to the mind flayer in the dress and begins to sort of sniff around, looking around, kind of climbs up it to extent, and you see the mind flayer sort of shrink away, like just horrified that this creature is so close and tremendously insecure. And then the mind flayer, or the Nothic, pulls what appears to be like a needle and thread out of her pocket, and immediately begins to scamper up the balloon.
He's gonna fix the balloon for us.
Excellent. Well, all aboard.
He's paid his passage. What will they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, get him on.
Okay. Just so we're clear, if you're joining the balloon, there will be no sexy times aboard ship. Are you cool with that?
And
The two mind flayers look at each other, and they look at you, and they both say, "What?"
Okay, good. We're good. We're good.
What
Thanks.
is
Just want
this
to clear that
sexy
up.
time you refer to? Demonstrate for us.
No.
It's when we sit
No.
quietly. Don't touch anyone.
All right then, all aboard.
I'm going to pick up my
You
ring. and-
welcome aboard. It's crowded in there once again. You put the staffs in. You start to get lift again. I guess somebody has to pull the spike out or cut the rope or something.
All right. I can like pull the spike out and then climb up the rope.
Yeah, you can. All right. When the mind flayer with the dress gets in, there's this little baby gelatinous cube still on the ledge, and they're not quite sure how to get it in.
Are we
I mean-
floating now? 'Cause
Yeah, you kind of are.
You kind of take care of
Does-
your own
do
children.
they seem
Yeah, I feel like if
concerned?
they.
No,
Okay, then leave it.
but it's like they're leaving their dog behind.
I'm not going to lift it.
Did you mean to with the?
Well, they have no way to pick it up.
Well then,
Well,
that's a shame.
It's probably got
Onwards.
lots of food down here.
goodbye, little cube.
Goodbye, little cube.
I feel somewhat concerned, but also
Look, I had to leave Button behind. I'm sure they're going to be okay. It's like they're not the only people who've lost somebody today. Is all
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think they're people.
Or this week.
Oh no, they're people. They're a gentleman and a lady. And there's somewhat dog that they left behind and felt no emotion
Yep.
for. Seems like people.
We'll find food.
And the guy in the monocle says, "Ah, yes, emotion, right. Oh, this is terrible. This is horrible. How could we have done this?
See?
Maybe the money-eating dude will adopt the,
We're so
the
sensitive.
gelatinous puppy.
You know, it is a cube. It will survive."
All right. Well, upward, onward,
right.
and upward.
You go upward. Periodically over the next couple days, you do see the Nothic kind of scampering around. Occasionally, he's outside, but he pokes his eye through one of the windows of the bathysphere to see what's going on inside before scuttling back up to the top of the balloon. But you have been going faster, so obviously he's repaired at least to the best of his ability, the hole in the top. You don't know what the hell else he's doing up there.
Best not to ask.
About a day and a half later, there is a sound from above. The balloon jostles, like something hit it or it bumped against something. And then a big shape sort of comes tumbling down over the side, like it maybe fell down the shaft, hit the top of the balloon, bounced, and then rolled down the side. And as it tumbles past, you just see it fleetingly, this huge, massive, chitinous creature. And then suddenly the bathysphere heaves again forward as it seems to have grabbed hold of one of the dangling ropes
Well,
and is now hanging off the bottom of the bathysphere and slowing you down.
Oh,
cut the
dear.
rope.
Like, open the portal and look
When
outside.
you open the hatch, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Awesome. I'm super not good at those. 13.
All right. I shall roll a d10. Oh, lovely. So the creature that has grabbed onto the rope to prevent its fall looks like this.
Oh, yes.
An umber-colored hulking creature.
Umber-colored
anything.
Hulk.
And you may have encountered these creatures occasionally in the Underdark. They burrow tunnels and they burst out and surprise people. You don't remember them ever getting this big. This one is about 30 feet tall.
Very, very impressive.
And it's clearly thousands of pounds and pulling you down. But it is, with its claws, trying desperately to hang on to the bottom of this vehicle. The thing is it's got these weird sort of shimmering eyes. And when you look into its eyes, you are suddenly overwhelmed with nausea.
Oh, dear.
And you just spew and spew and spew, and it just falls down and rains down on this creature, covering its head,
It's all
covering
hot
its
act,
body.
too. And gross fried meat.
And the rest of you can see that he's just become grossly ill at what he's seen.
Ooh. Can we pull him back? Okay, wait, actually, get it out first. Get it out, get it out. Yeah, over the side.
Yeah,
That's
when we
good.
get to the dry heaves, then
Then we
probably.
can pull you back in.
And you can see he's just overcome with nausea. Unable to act. He's just absolutely overcome.
Okay, I don't think there's.
And you suddenly realize, even as you're sick, that something in your brain has blocked out what you've just seen. You don't remember.
I don't think there's anything there. No, it's nothing. Everything's fine.
Should have taken those shots. Oh, that's not going to help.
You sort of recover after a few minutes.
What did you see?
Nothing. Everything is fine. There's nothing there. It's most bizarre.
Please.
That's like really
Please.
abrupt
I'm
air
familiar
support.
with most creatures. I have an iron stomach. Whatever's going on, I think I can go take a look.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. But what is holding down? We're going slower.
I
You saw
don't think
nothing?
so. I don't think that's the case. I think we're just.
You are going slower.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a look?
I'll take a look.
All right.
So roll a
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That is going to be 24.
Well done. You do not seem to be affected by this creature's horrid gaze, and so you see this carapaced monstrosity hanging from the rope.
Yeah, there's something there.
I didn't see anything.
It's there.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing there.
Okay, he's gotten to the hallucinations point. We're gonna have to do something about that.
One of
see it.
you
Not
is
see.
lying.
Yeah.
You see it like
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Look, if it's so much of a problem, there's nothing there. But
One of you is definitely lying, and with this creature coming, I think we need to
Brilliant
figure it out immediately.
There's a large creature. It is approximately 10 of me.
Do you have a
It is
knife?
coming up. I have this club.
Here, have my axe. Try not to drop it.
On the one hand, you've been trustworthy. On the other hand, you vomited a lot.
Okay,
I
he's
stopped listening.
talking
I'm just starting to
again.
hack at this rope.
all right. Just make an attack roll.
That would be a right? Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
You cut the rope.
We'll need to gather more evidence.
You see the creature plunge down into the dark shaft and disappear.
Excellent. There's nothing there.
we're in accord. We are in accord.
Another mystery solved by J'accus's.
All right. Not too long thereafter, you are floating up into a cavern. The cavern is lit by bioluminescent lichen that grows all over the walls. And you're immediately bombarded with a telepathic SOS. And when you sort of look out the window into the cavern, and the bathysphere turns a little bit, you see a creature that looks like it's really big, sort of soft and disc-shaped, and it's got all of these tentacles coming up out of the top of it, and they're all sort of this bright golden color. It's almost like a nest of tentacle hair coming out of a big fleshy disc on the floor, and it's sort of wallowing around on the floor. And it seems to be sending you a telepathic message. Help me! Help me!
Shades of button. Shades of button.
Help me!
Do you guys hear that?
How big is the disc? Like,
It's about 30 feet across.
goodness. very large.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh gosh, do we have more room? I don't think we have
I
more room.
don't know what this is.
Maybe we just need to turn it over.
It's
You could make. Oh, the mind flayer looks out and says, "Oh, that's a flump. A
Oh,
rather, a rather big one, I might say.
Can it fly? Could it give us lift?
It has flipped itself upside down. I'm afraid it's rather helpless in its current state.
Oh, the poor thing. We have to stop and help it.
all right.
It's like 7,000 pounds.
We dealt with that one.
We also have no means of navigating.
Could we hook something onto the side of it to drag it upward with the balloon
Ooh.
and turn it on its side?
Ooh, that's so smart.
All right, I'll toss a grappling hook down. We have a grappling
Okay.
hook and a rope, right?
Yes.
All right, somebody's going to have to kind of run out with the hook and like latch it on to the gigantic flump.
Oh, I'll volunteer to do that.
All right.
Simple.
All right.
Yep. Latch it on, climb back up the rope.
So just so I get this straight, the balloon is slowly rising.
Yes.
Are you going to stop the balloon from rising before you shimmy out? Or are you going to take the rope, run out to the flump and hook it on while the balloon is still rising, and then climb back up on the rope as it's stretching out?
That was my plan.
Okay, great.
That's way more dangerous. Let's do that one.
Let's do, yeah, we're doing that one.
Perfect. Okay, so you run out there.
Yep.
The flump says, "Thank you,"
Absolutely. It's all in a day's work.
and you hook it where?
I don't know. Like, is there any sort of like ridge or anything on the outside?
So when you look at it, it is sort of pie plate shaped, and it's got these holes along its circumference that look like little mouths or air jets or something. And then underneath, you can see two eye stalks that are sort of crushed under its weight, but you can kind of see the eyes sticking out at either end. They're kind of looking at you. They sort of turn inward and look at you.
All right.
So you can kind of like hook it in
Hook
one
it
of its
in the
mouths,
mouth.
maybe.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking.
Ow.
Yeah, just hold on to that,
All right.
and everything will be fine.
Okay.
Grab onto the rope,
Okay.
and yeah.
Make a strength athletics check to climb the rope.
Okay.
It's like DC 10, so it
yeah.
shouldn't be too hard.
Yep, we got there. 19.
Okay. The rope is what, 50 feet?
It is a 50-foot rope.
All right. So when it goes taut and you're shimmying up the top, by the time you get to the mouth of the hatch, it tightens and starts to try to drag this thing along. It moves 4 feet and then gets stuck, and now you're anchored to it.
Well, I guess we should unhook it anyway.
So it's like sort of tipped up, but it's not vertical yet.
Correct.
Okay.
We've stopped moving.
That's right.
So if we unhooked it at this point, would it just fall back over? Or would it?
Yes, it would probably flop back over.
Okay.
At this point, none of you have to make perception checks to hear, to see actually what appears to be a demonic fly up out of the shaft below you and just kind of take purchase on a wall.
Oh dear.
And you hear a thunderous double roar from far down below.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Then another big giant fly takes purchase on another sort of place in the shaft below you. Like they're just waiting for their master. Reconnaissance scouts, maybe.
How far away do those noises seem?
And you can hear the droning coming from these flies. And you start to feel a little sleepy.
Ooh.
I feel like all flies are a little demonic, so maybe
Well-
this isn't that bad.
Someone else might have to help our dear pie plate friend.
Okay, I'm gonna do the simple thing and cast fly on myself again, unless
Okay.
somebody else
Wait,
wants
can you
to.
cast
Could you
fly
cast
on the flump?
Fly on the.
Oh wait, yeah, I think so. I can cast it on 2 people actually.
We all go to our books.
Um,
The fly spell. You touch a willing creature, it gains a flying speed. Now, the
This
thing is, the flump already knows how to fly.
oh, so that the problem is just that
The
it's
problem
stuck.
is that it's upside down.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast fly. This is at 4th level, so I'm gonna cast it on me, and like if one other person wants to come with me, and then we can like unhook him together and everything, and then like come back up here.
We could just cut the rope.
But then the flump will fall back over.
But he's going to fall over anyway.
It's what they do.
Well, no, we'll untangle him and finish writing him, and then cut him free.
I mean, it is 7,000 pounds.
But it was working.
Well, no, we're not moving up quickly enough.
How did this happen? How did the flump who knows how to fly end up turtling himself?
You know what? Sometimes you just have an awkward moment in the morning.
Listen, I'm sure the two-headed giant tentacle demon thing will turn it over when it gets here.
We can't just leave it there. That's so unfair. Okay, who wants to come with me?
I have one other option. I don't know if it would work. I can cast Thunder Wave at it. It would push it. I don't know if it would like flip it over though.
Oh.
But
We should probably detach first.
If you went underneath the flump, if you went underneath it
Thunder
and
Wave.
cast Thunder Wave up,
Ooh.
possibly that would flip it over.
No, it's. I was gonna say it probably wouldn't crush me.
Or
because
it could
it's
break the
pretty
rope and the
large
flump could
if I was
fall on you and
underneath.
crush you.
That
If we
could
shove
happen.
it off the ledge, it'll fall into the pit and probably right itself or hit this fly thing.
Oh, that's possible. Yes, it's possible that
So we can just drag it out. and
we've
cut the rope.
provided enough upward momentum that we would be able to push the flump. But if it falls and we don't cut the rope, it'll drag us down with it.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna unhook the rope, cut the rope.
Oh well, yeah. If we're just gonna drag it along to the next ledge, then we can just be like, boop,
Exactly.
and then maybe it'll flip over.
Flop
Perfect.
it over.
But
It's
if
the perfect plan.
if we can lift that extra weight,
No, we can't.
okay.
The flump is anchoring us at this moment in
'Cause
time,
it's
which would
caught on
suggest
something.
that
We take off the rope, we shove you underneath the flump, have you cast Thunder Wave up and out, and then set it free
I think
down the shaft.
you let her fly. She goes down and she casts Thunder Wave at the flump that we're already pulling upward and tries to just push it over the ledge, which will cause it to move over and fall down, but then still be attached to us and pull us down. So we cut the rope, we start rising again, and then you fly up to rejoin us.
That sounds super uncomplicated. I like it.
I
the
do
perfect
also
crime.
have a broom of flying. Don't know if I mentioned that.
Oh,
Oh well then.
could have been useful to mention.
So that way you don't have to focus on concentration on helping me fly during
Sure,
this process.
use your broom. That
As
sounds
long as my
great.
broom isn't, crushed or snapped in
Sure,
the
sure,
process.
sure. Yes?
I'll be your backup plan.
I like this plan.
I got your back.
Okay.
So just run me through the plan in summary.
I am going to get on my broom of flying,
Yep.
fly out onto the ledge where the flump is, correct? I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at its general direction. No, I'm going to get underneath it and then cast it.
Well, there are two different plans. One is the flump is being pulled upward by us, so it's currently like this. So one is you get underneath it and try and flip it. The other one is that you just go over here and try and push it into the
I'm concerned if I go
into
over
the
there,
chimney
then
below us.
The balloon and us will be hit with a Thunder Wave as well. It's quite powerful.
Possible.
So I would recommend I get underneath it from where it's up right now, kind of lever style, boop, and then you cut the rope, and then I Thunder Wave it, and then I fly.
If you cut the rope while you're underneath it, I'm pretty sure it will crush you.
I feel like there's enough of us. It's like large and wide enough
Yes.
that the spread out. I could turn into an ant before.
You do what you have to do.
Can you fly your broom as an ant?
I don't know. I would assume. I mean, the broom could carry me.
That's true.
It's got to hang on to this little piece of wood. I'm probably not going to turn into an ant. Probably. You never know.
So does that wrap
Right, well,
that up
Larry's
for you?
excited to see how this goes.
Not really.
I'm going to say use your discretion. Thunder Wave is being cast, and you are flying, and we will cut the rope as
What?
necessary.
What if, as I cast Thunder Wave, the rope is cut?
We'll go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The perfect
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah. There's nothing that can go wrong.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Larry's very
So
excited.
you fly out
Fly out.
by yourself.
Yep.
Okay. You.
Put
land.
my broom down kind of at a safe
Yeah.
distance away from the flump.
Okay.
Get kind of
Under
underneath
it.
it. I shout to you guys, hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to yell Thunder Wave.
Okay, I got my
That will
axe
cast
out
it.
so we can cut the
I
rope.
know that I'm not casting it
All
now,
right.
even though I'm saying it. Okay? And you're going to cut the rope. On the
Apparently,
count
yes.
I'm
on
ready.
the count of right after 3 when I say th. Okay?
All right. On the
One.
the th or the er?
The th.
Okay, I got you. The th.
1, 2, 3. Thunder Wave!
Okay. Roll 2d8 thunder damage.
2d8. Where is my? Oh, there. Nope. Am I?
It's this one. I'm gonna use mine.
Where did it?
I don't know. It's missing.
Okay. Oh man.
Of course, yeah,
2d8?
that one's
Yep.
the worst. Right?
4.
Right? This die is just.
Why would you give that to me?
I'm sorry.
A thunderous
terrible
boom
person.
echoes in the entire cavern.
Oof.
Oh, there.
Mm.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, it's good.
So it's just a thunderous boom.
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
The
Yeah.
flump is sort of pushed 10 feet up.
Oh, that's not very large.
And you can see it sort of its tentacles get all flaily, and it sort of scrabbles around to try to help push it. And you are successful. The flump sort of rights itself and then starts to float up into the air.
Excellent. Before it can even thank me,
And
I'm
then
on my broom.
Demogorgon bursts
starting
out
to
of the
knock.
shadows.
Ah!
I'm already on my broom. I'm trying so
All right,
hard.
let's roll initiative.
Oh, good.
I have Demogorgon stats right here.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh, no.
All right.
Hey, maybe the flump will help
How
us
did you
out. and
do?
Thanks.
J'accuse and j'accuse.
8.
8.
And also 8.
Esquilax.
10.
Addie.
9.
Ooh, Hector.
I'm also 8.
Oh dear.
We like to stick together.
Yeah.
We're a
And
team.
the flump. I forgot the flump.
Oh yeah, we get the flump maybe.
The flump
Help us,
who-
Flump,
just
help
so,
us.
Just as a recap,
It's okay now.
get itself up off the ground.
It'll be fine.
Yes.
Maybe it's
Everything
really
will be
awkward at
fine.
movement, but it's got a wicked fireball spell.
Okay.
It's a level 30 flump.
Demogorgon
Oh, him.
casts its eyes upon you. I would
So
like
many
you to
eyes.
make a
Need it.
wisdom saving throw.
Become a fly, then
As
you
you
won't
stare
know
into
that
the
is
eyes
me.
of this horrific, gigantic fiend.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and crit that. Well, no, it's wisdom. Never mind. 14.
Oh dear. Okay.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it could be worse.
Okay.
I feel like I need to save this. I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
You are stunned. So you're just
Okay.
like frozen there.
Am I currently in the balloon or in the air on my broom, or am I still on the ledge? As soon as I cast Thunderwave, I grabbed my broom and was in the
Okay,
air.
so you're
but
stunned
I
in the air.
Great.
Even
Does her
better.
broom hover? Does it fall?
Oh no. Let's not even ask these questions.
Sorry, what a terrible idea. I'm sure you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
What was
this
I
is fun.
thinking?
So the broom just sort of continues on its trajectory.
Good. That's cool. That's fine.
But it's bringing me back to
Yeah.
the balloon.
So you're heading. She's just sort of like reeling on the balloon.
It was an exciting moment. You just need a second.
Yes. And the broom comes right for the hatch.
Good.
Good.
All right.
Good.
And then it just plows into all of you.
Good. Perfect.
We got you.
So you all go tumbling into the back of the inside of this thing.
Whose tentacle is on me?
You do rise up a little bit,
Heads
and then
up.
you kind of get caught.
No.
Because of course your rope is still, or actually
No,
no,
we
you
cut it
off.
the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the hook is dangling below you as you begin to rise, and then after Demogorgon uses its gaze attack on you, he heaves his great bulk up into the cavern using his great tentacles, and is now only 20 feet below the bottom window of your
Oh, that's bad.
device.
That's bad. Maybe that guy on
And
the
it
roof can make us go
is
faster.
Esquilax's turn.
Yes. Well, Toodles, I will close the door of the bathysphere
Lock it up there.
and
That'll save us.
let's hope for the best.
Great.
Oh,
Great use of your turn.
Yes, of course. All right. Addie, you are now fully enclosed in the bathysphere.
I will open a window. You said those porthole windows
Yeah.
open? Okay. And cast things at the monster. He already seems pretty pissed off. I don't really see like we're gonna lose anything here. Let's try that blight again. Oh, and I'm also gonna say to the mind flayers, there's 2 really large brains down there. Just saying.
quite quite large.
If you humans are interested in that kind of thing.
I hear that humans sometimes are into that.
Yes, the self-conscious one just looks at the one at the top head. The one at the top head just looks back at her. Yeah, we'll think about that.
Okay, that's not great. My
Okay.
attack is 12.
No, alas.
Boo.
Do you have anything you want to do to change that?
Well, I could just use one of my crits. If it's not too late to do that.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I'm going to use my crit from TJ.
Okay.
Thank you. And that means I'm going to do the D8 damage again.
Excellent.
Although he gets a saving throw.
Ah,
I think it was Constitution.
you didn't roll well,
That's good.
but I got Brian D helping me out,
That's bad.
and he's gonna make it. No question.
All right. Well, I think then it does half damage. There's the page. Half as much damage on a successful one, so it'll be 4d8.
Okay.
That's 4. Since it was a crit, does that still apply for extra damage?
This is a spell.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So that's 4, 7, 1,
12.
and another one.
13.
All of my d8s hate me.
So 13 then.
Yes.
All right. 13. He's only got
Force
483 hit
damage?
points left.
No,
Okay,
necrotic, necrotic damage.
All right. He's going to take that. Well played. Demogorgon suffers a wound.
Yay! I wounded a giant,
All right.
terrifying monster.
Next up is Jacques and Jacques.
So Jacques' Prime is going to go over to the open window,
Yeah.
and he's going to start smoking his ever-smoking pipe out the window.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to,
Smoke begins to billow out around your vehicle.
yeah, so trying to make this obscuring
Yep.
mist
Okay.
as we sail
Yeah.
up.
This horrible, acrid smoke suddenly surrounds all of you and engulfs the entire bathysphere in mist.
And it's not clear if Jacques' Prime intended or did not intend to do this.
Right. All right. Hector.
Oh, am I still stunned or am I good enough?
That's a good question. Yes, you are still stunned.
Okay.
So you're not doing much right now, except drooling a bit.
Yeah.
Can she roll to get out of that, or is it just a...
This
thing.
effect will last until the start of Demogorgon's next turn.
Of course.
Actually, it's actually broken now because you're inside the bathysphere because he needs line of sight.
Oh, excellent.
So you regain your senses. What would you like to do?
I kind of want to cast Wall of Fire at him.
Yeah! Yeah, you do!
You have to plant the wall somewhere.
Okay.
It doesn't just fly in the air.
Okay. So I can't just do like stream of fire in a wall shape at his face.
No.
Are there any ledges near us? I know we just passed the one of the flump. Is that still in the
Actually, you
area?
can't see anything because there's a big cloud of smoke all around.
You're welcome.
Great.
Yeah. You've
okay.
got no visibility. So unless you want to like dive out there and do something truly radical.
No. I tried that a second ago.
You might just want to hang.
Let's see. I could. Oh, and I can really only cast one spell this turn. I mean, I could. It won't do much, but it's something, and it's easy for me. I can just do that poison spray towards him. Is he close enough where that would hit?
No.
Okay. And I'm assuming a wind wall would be the same situation.
Yep.
Windwall would get rid of the smoke.
That's
Yes,
true.
probably will.
Just to
Until his next
put that out
turn.
there.
That's true. The smoke is magic, correct?
Yes.
So I could dispel magic.
I don't know that we want to get rid of the smoke. It's-
Yes.
I want to get rid of
Rid of the one small line of defense we have against a giant beast who is literally printed on the sheet behind us.
fight each other.
We would have had a wall of fire if someone didn't want to put some smoke out there.
Where there's smoke.
Except
there is
not.
no fire.
There is
Perfect.
fire, apparently.
Great. Well, oh, and I'm the last to go before he goes.
Behold.
Let me just see if I have anything that could protect us as well. Distance spray, produce flame.
So just so we're clear, it is the thing that's on the wall behind you, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not
The real deal.
scary
Yeah, good,
at all.
good.
It seems to have fire inside. It's kind of like a lava bear.
It is
glows from
not
the
like a
inside.
lava bear.
Oh my gosh,
It is
maybe we can
not.
befriend it. It worked before.
It is not a lava
sort of.
bear.
But he glows from the inside. Maybe Larry could talk to him. Maybe they're like kindred spirits.
Oh no. Well, you can try that.
She's being affected by the rods.
Yeah, she's suffering from madness.
Where's the
No,
flump at
this could
point?
totally help.
You can't see.
Oh, we can't see. Right. Thanks a
I
lot.
think you could
Is
always.
he within? How far away is he?
You're not sure.
Or she? We don't.
Let's not judge.
Or both.
Unsure.
We do
Could
not
be
know.
like a fraternal demogorgon. It's like
Based
a
on your
very
last,
interesting-
based on your last read, I mean, you are climbing. The balloon is climbing up now through the shaft. You could be between 60 and 100 feet by now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna. I just was stunned. I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay.
If you hold your action, am I right? Then you could always jump in later if there's an opportunity to react to something.
Does that
Is
work
that correct?
after the entire party goes, or is that? Yeah. I was assuming that was just.
Oh,
for
right.
him.
Okay, that's true.
So you hang out.
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
flump
guys.
actually goes next.
You saved the flump.
Yes.
It's cool. That was
And,
important.
We'll see. We'll see if the flump does anything.
You hear a telepathic message from the flump. You don't know where it is, but it sends you a telepathic message saying, "Thank you. Now it's my turn to save you." And, you see it sort of, you sort of come up out of your smoke, and you see through the window below you this giant disc-shaped mass of flesh come up and get stuck in the shaft.
Beautiful.
Nice. Nice.
It lodges itself in the shaft and blocks the way below you.
I'm going to use
how
my
long?
awakened mind ability to communicate back to it telepathically.
Okay.
Our gratitude and adoration.
Yes. And then it says, good luck finding more thweem.
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 The glowing stuff?
Possible.
Thanks. Thweem. Now we know what
And
to call
you leave it
it.
behind. And because you haven't got, let's see, a hole in your balloon, you haven't got anything hanging from your balloon, you haven't got anything perched on your balloon, you're making a pretty darn good pace. You're going about twice as fast as you
Progress.
did when you first came. So
Great.
the surface must be coming along any moment.
Any moment,
yeah.
Any
yes.
time.
17 days.
Days go past.
Wait, so we didn't hear anything more from below us as this
Now,
massive creature hit this
Oh,
wall of
good.
flesh?
I
Yes.
was
Okay.
really afraid he was just going to rip
Yes.
through. I didn't want to see that.
you hear nothing from below. And after a while, your crystal staffs run out again, and you find yourself sinking. But you did pass by a passage, sort of a tube-shaped passage just a little bit below you. So once again, you anchor your ship. You go off and search for Theoharis or Thweem or whatever it's called. And you notice that this passage that you're wandering down, searching for Theoharis or Thweem, is very well cut. It is like a tube. And it's about 15 feet in diameter, but it's pretty clear, and it's kept pretty clear. Actually, it's more like 10 feet in diameter. And you're walking down this meandering path, this tube. It might be a lava tube or a water tube. You don't know exactly what formed it. You could make a nature check if you wanted to.
I bet Larry
Or-
knows if it's a lava tube.
You might, yeah. So Larry will give you
I'll
some
roll
insight.
for
Larry
He'll give
doing
you
an
advantage
nature
on your check. How about that?
Excellent. All right. That one was a 7. Ooh, that totally worked. That one was a 17 plus
Yeah, you think this is
my
made,
intro.
this is
whatever.
probably made by a purple worm.
Oh.
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 Recently,
That-
by any
that
chance?
one.
It's
That-
a little hard to tell, but
that
yeah, within the past month, say.
That party I was talking about was sort of
There's a
ruined
bit of
by
like
purple
goo
worm.
on the walls, suggesting
Bad.
maybe a slime of purple worm persuasion.
That's
Anyway,
unfortunate.
as you're making your way along, I'd like you all to make wisdom perception checks. Who's leading the way, by the
Oh.
way? Probably not the person who can't see.
Well,
I'm assuming it's the guy who's got
I
two
have dark
heads.
vision.
Yeah.
You also have dark vision.
Oh yeah, no dark
Vision.
vision.
Wait, does this one have dark vision? Or does this one have dark vision? No, neither.
I feel like you should probably be leading the way.
I
if
can
you
be
just did
leading,
a
I
nature
also
check
just-
and
Oh, here.
I'll
That's fair.
probably
Have a
like
torch.
right behind
Oh,
you
thank
because
you.
we both
Or
can
lantern.
see well.
I actually have
That's
a hooded
fair.
lantern.
Okay.
good.
All right, I guess I'm out in front. Also, I
just
rolled a
throw it?
natural 20.
I
just now.
also
throw
rolled a
this
natural
Seriously?
20.
Excellent.
That's how I
Yes.
feel about
Then
it.
you see
So we are
in front of
definitely
you,
leading the way.
there is
We are so in charge
then right
here.
in front of you, you're about to walk into it, and then you see this gleam, this glisten from something that's completely filling the passage in front of you. It appears to be a gelatinous sphere.
Oh,
I just started to walk backwards. Everybody stop.
The more mobile version of the gelatinous cube.
It grew up real fast.
And we'll
Indiana
stop
Jones
there
before.
for a break.
Wow.
Oh dear.
We'll take a break.
Yay.
Mon Dieu.
Our last break.
Welcome back. We are in the final hour of our 48-hour D&D Extra Life Marathon. We're going to ignore the long pauses that I'm probably going to take in trying to speak. So we have some final things that we're going to be giving away, but more importantly, some important news. Too many importance. We have saved Button. Yay!
Yay, Button!
I think we had 2 donors who chipped in to do that. There was one big donation. Yep. So for the final hour, Button will be returning. The return of Button. In addition, so we've got some things that we're going to try to get out of here before we finish, so we don't have to pack them all up. We have the Dungeon Master screens. We still have a few of those available at 20. We have 2 silver dragons left and 2 brass dragons. You can have a pair of metallic dragons. It's a mating pair.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because there's 2 of them.
It's hour 48.
The screen was literally moving in front of me as I was trying to type emails. I don't think the human brain is supposed to stay awake this long.
Yeah. If I sit too long, my body gets a little numb. It's weird.
So 47 hours plus the 5 hours of prep. So I think I'm actually up to 52.
But we slept for like...
With an app.
You slept for like an hour and a half. I
Yeah.
slept for like 2.
All right. We have a whole load of miniatures. Those are posted on the bit.ly/D&D Extra Life page. A lot of these are classic miniatures from the D&D miniatures set. You can get a lot of kind of cool, iconic guys. There's like the Blade Master, and looks like a Warforged there, as well as some of the more contemporary ones from our partners at WizKids. And actually, speaking of WizKids, we do have also some Dice Masters. We have these huge boxes of the gravity feeds for Dice Masters. This is actually a fun way, like if you have a few friends that maybe want to split it and get into the game. It is a super fun game. You get to create sort of groups of monsters and heroes and roll dice to battle others. It's kind of a fast-paced game. It plays in about, I think, 20 minutes or so. I think that's about it. We might have a few more things that are all posted. Oh, we have Sword Coast Legends codes still.
Yeah.
We're still giving those away to donations that are total 75 or more. Or you can just get those, I believe, at the $50 level. So I think it's posted on the webpage.
It is.
Really, the gist of this is don't listen to the person who hasn't slept in 52 hours.
Please
Go to
don't.
the webpage.
Don't try that. Another thing is that, like I've said before, everyone who donates this weekend will also be getting an Everwinter code for a sentient gelatinous cube companion, which is the coolest kind of companion out there.
Wait, a sleeping gelatinous cube companion?
Did I say
That's
sleeping?
what I heard. No.
Anyway,
Oh.
so that's super cool. Everyone will be getting that and be looking for that within the next couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe. That's safe to say, right?
Yeah, that's safe.
Yeah, so let's bring on Jer.
Jer, I think you're going to actually have to ask yourself the questions and then answer them.
Okay.
Because
you guys are just that far gone.
Yeah, no.
I was under the impression that human beings were not meant to stay up for 48 hours at a time. That was just sort of like a thing.
No, we're built for it.
I've never heard
Yeah.
heard that.
It was sort
I've
of
never heard that.
My friends and I actually tried this 48-hour sleep deprivation experiment a while ago. We were filming ourselves and doing it, and it did not go well. So,
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
I feel like there was just like a wall about half an hour ago, and I just slammed right into it.
So,
Yeah.
Escalax, my character,
Yeah.
is pretty cool. Oh, I'm going to step in a little closer.
Cozy.
Yep, as donated for. I had a flaw that was it started out as has to speak in rhyming couplets, and then it turned into has to speak in Elizabethan blank verse, and now it's just sort of turned into a bad English accent. So that's how that came about. But like I don't know, it seems to be something that I can work with.
Definitely.
So that's kind of fun. He is a monk who follows the element of heart. Element not normally seen in the Temple of Elemental Evil, but you know, it seems to have served him well.
The rhyming thing, on that note, I remember last year somebody gave me that personality trait for one of the NPCs. You always have to speak in rhymes, and it just does not go well. Trying to improvise that stuff as a dungeon master or player.
My experience is that kind of thing just means you don't ever speak.
Yes, right.
Speak as little as you possibly can.
Or you just end all the words in like R, so
Yeah.
that you can just rhyme pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to
run
rhyme anything right now,
far,
though.
Look some rebar.
Yeah, you go. I'm not going to do
Excite-
anything.
yeah.
Greg would try to rhyme orange
Greg, you
right
should try
now.
and
That's the
rhyme
state he's
a lot
in.
of things at the moment. That could be good.
Orange and range rhyme, right?
Can I quickly plug some donation perks?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so still on my site, which is extra-life.org/participant/Jeremy Petter. Not
Slash.
complicated at all.
Or just search for Jeremy Petter on Extra Life.
You could also do that. You can find some sweet stuff. Still a $5 donation on my page. Just $5 will get you a copy of my notes from the adventure that I ran yesterday, which is sweet. Also, anyone who donates $5 or more to my page, anyone, will get a bunch of swag, which includes the printed copy of that adventure, all the crit cards that I used yesterday.
That
Personal.
was yesterday.
Yeah, we actually slept. It was amazing.
Day and night have ceased to have meaning.
You'll also get my personal copy of Out of the Abyss, which I've got signed up by a lot of folks here, and will also be signed up by the Lava Bears crew on this side.
Cool.
So that's pretty sweet.
That's really exciting.
And this handmade silk dice bag in the flavor of Zugget Moy. You can see that it has mushrooms on it, very similar to these ones. And I'll be choosing one random person from my donors, $5 or more. But one random person from those donors to get all my swag. So you can get that dice bag included in that.
Awesome. That sounds like a whole load of really cool incentives. So hopefully we can push through those. If those are going to be, are some of those going to be available even after it ends in an hour?
What I had said is till the end of the weekend.
Okay.
If you put $5 into my page before the end of the weekend, then you'll be eligible to potentially get that. So,
Okay.
if everyone out there put in $5, I think that we could get a lot of donations. I think we could easily climb past 85,000.
Yeah, I think, what are we at, like 82.5, close to?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 82.5-ish. So, yeah, maybe we'll definitely, maybe not, no. Maybe
You're speaking well, Greg, but I think micro donations,
Right.
every $5 counts, and if you can get those tiny
we will
donations
get to an
in.
amount that is greater than 82,000.
Correct.
That's
We will.
what I will say.
We will continue to ascend. And on that statement,
we
I'm
have
gonna.
to interview somebody else.
Yeah, seems good.
Thank you.
I heard someone talking about me needing a box. Should I get a box to stand on? Is it too late?
You're fine.
Okay.
I think it was too late 47 hours ago.
I'll grow someday. I swear.
All right, come on board, Tally, our ship of the sleep delusions.
We need a box of sugar at
Hey!
this point.
Oh, but we can see eye to eye.
Yeah,
This is
we're
great.
good.
We should
we're
stay
fine.
this way.
Everybody else needs to shrink.
I agree.
Jeez,
Thank you.
Right?
I feel
Gosh,
great.
Seriously, tall people.
I don't usually get to feel tall. This has been a great weekend. All right, Tally, tell us about, I'm mostly interested in these companions that you have here.
I have companions. I always have companions.
Yes,
Apparently,
awesome
I'm gonna
things.
have to make a
Gelatinous cube.
or a button. I hear he's coming back.
Yep.
I'm very excited. Anyway, so right now I have this lovely teddy bear, who is also a dice bag. Right?
That is
Oh, that's
super
cool.
cute.
Right?
That's amazing.
He's squishable and huggable. He's soft and cuddly, and he also will keep your dice cuddled and soft. If I ever get him back from Greg,
What?
who actually won't know where
I
he
have
put
no
him,
memory
given
of anything.
sleep deprivation. So for this guy, you can donate $7.17 to my Extra Life campaign, and that will put you in a draw to win that.
That's very
I will
cool.
draw a name. 7 and 17, because that's 7 and 17 are the number of stars in Ursa Minor and Ursa Major when we were at it. Isn't that great?
That's really
One
cool.
of my Twitter followers told me that.
Oh,
Science.
cool.
Facts.
I can't comprehend that right now. My brain just isn't. It's not working.
Just nod and say
It
it's
sounds
really,
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And
And then
hopefully we'll get your page posted to the chat so people can,
Yes.
as
Yeah.
well as Jared's maybe.
I've
so-
also been tweeting it a bunch, so at Tally's Treasury on Twitter. You can follow the links there.
Cool.
And this fellow is Larry Bertrand, the lava bear, because
super cute.
Addie first had her start in adventuring campaigns with the Temple of the Lava Bears, and she tried to befriend a lava bear, and she couldn't because the lava bear just wanted to burn her and eat her face, and that was really sad for Addie. So she made her own lava bear that will hug her and be friendly and not burn her face off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've told Jared this before, but I think that the lava bears actually sound delicious. I think it's because of those little cinnamon gummy bears. Like, that's all I can think about when I hear lava bears.
I wonder if it would be like self-cooking steak.
You-
Like if you cut it up,
Aren't they
it heats
sentient
itself.
creatures? Aren't these sentient?
the
Well,
lava bears?
you know that cows are too, right?
they do in fact
I mean, we
have
would
brains.
have
They're not plants.
It's just really
It's rare
processed
form.
grass.
Please
That's what
just
beef
forget I
is.
said anything.
So anyway, this is a lava bear you can not eat but cuddle, and he's got patches from his many adventures that he's been on. He'll have more before he gets sent out after the weekend. And if you donate $10, every $10 you donate to my campaign gets you an entry to win this happy, fun fellow, who's also now a hot air ballooning expert. I'm sure that might come useful in your travels with Larry.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I would ask more questions, except I'm not capable of it.
Fair, that's fair. Every year when I see Greg, he's basically in this state. I'm just going to start thinking that's what you're always like.
I
pretty
feel
much
like
is.
I was doing well this year.
You know, Greg, I think the
about
part-
4 hours
No,
ago.
I think you failed at the
2 hours
beginning,
ago.
the part where you brought an air mattress with you. That was probably the point where it all really went
I
wrong.
see nothing wrong with this.
Yeah,
That's
we're
the
just
problem.
prepared.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, so I think we don't really have anything else to say. Buttons. What didn't we? We said
thought we-
button. Yeah.
but-
yeah. All
button,
right. So final hour, $25 to give players or the DM rerolls, $50 to give them an automatic critical success, which could be used on an attack, for example, or to give somebody a critical fail. Mention what last year? Oh, yeah. Did we beat last year's for sure? We're really close. Okay. So last year, I think, we were around 85,000 by the end of the year. And so we still have 2 months to go, and we are at 82,000. And we haven't even gotten to the real Extra Life event, because this is just tabletop weekend. We're going to do it again. No. So
This is the real one.
we're done. All right, Demetrius, take us away.
I can't handle
Take
this.
us away.
So where have you guys been going to the bathroom the whole time? Seriously, you've
There's
been like
a-
8 days in this bathysphere together,
There's a
and
whole
there's
shaft.
no John.
Yeah.
There's a really big shaft
said
right
there's a-
below us.
There is a big shaft right below
porthole.
you, and there is a
anyone-
window below
plane
you that
has-
you can swing open. But have you just been like squatting the whole time?
I mean, does anyone have a bucket? We could go like on top
Bag
of
of
the
holding
balloon.
Try
or
one of your
something?
patches.
I mean, this is not the worst place I've had to
I
relieve
don't know
myself.
if I don't think that there's a bucket in this.
I
I
have a
mean,
book.
you want to use
gonna
the
crap
book
in a
as like a
bucket.
shovel?
I mean, it's
Do you have
porous.
a bag of holding or something?
No.
I don't have a bag of holding.
No.
Who has a bag of? See, that sounds like a useful magic item.
That would be a terrible treasure find.
Dimension door, maybe.
Like, ooh, bag of holding.
That would be.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
if anyone had a portable hole,
Yeah.
Yeah, portable hole full of crap.
it's perfect.
But no, it's a serious question. I want to know an answer.
I'd say, yeah, opening the
I think we're
I think
opening the
that
hatch
seems
at this
sensible,
point.
yeah.
Just
Everyone
just
turns
no,
away.
no
Yeah.
modesty left.
No.
nothing like
Basically,
that.
in it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, after the drow, really, what worse are we gonna see?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I forgot to mention, by the way, that the Flump's name was Biggie Bew Bew. But anyway, moving on.
We should have a memorial service for him.
We
too.
don't. We don't have time for memorial service for every creature that passes.
Every
It's
creature has a
circle of
memorial
life.
service.
It's important.
So you just about ran into a spherical gelatinous creature. Looks like a gelatinous cube that has evolved to its new surroundings. What do you want to do? It seems to be in your way.
It is.
Yes. Well,
It sort of shudders forward a little bit. Blorp.
Does it scooch or does it roll?
It,
This is important.
does it have purchase? Is
Yeah, like,
It's-
is it all up against, like,
it's just sort of
against the
squeezing itself along
Okay.
through the hole.
Okay.
So
It's
it's
not
progressing
like- it's not a
forward
perfect
too.
smaller?
It might be trying to move in sort of a roundish, tumbling
But it's
fashion.
not going to like Indiana Jones us.
Not unless it surprises you with a sudden burst of speed you didn't think it had.
Okay.
But it is coming your way.
Oh.
And so you're kind of backing up from it.
We need to convince it to go the other way.
Back it up.
so? Maybe if we
If we dance.
maybe if
yeah.
we used ourselves as bait and just continued to move this way,
Does it like rabbits?
and then jumped and got. I don't want to ponder that. And jumped and got into the balloon, and then swung the balloon away. It would fall.
Could we swing the balloon away before it hit the balloon?
We have two mind flayers with us, human mind flayers,
Yes.
who have experience with gelatinous cubes.
With the
That's true. Oh, but,
maintenance
well,
and upkeep.
Could it be there?
they
No,
had
it's
not
their
trained
pet.
theirs though. Like it couldn't even follow them. That was a poorly trained gelatinous cube.
But they may know how to.
I feel like we should at least ask
Yeah.
our dapper guests.
Yeah.
How far back are
Are they with us?
they? Like how far into this tunnel had we gotten from the balloon?
So you left the mind flayers back at the thing?
Like how long into this tunnel had we gone?
Unless they wanted to come.
Not too
Yeah.
far, only about 30 feet or so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you
Yeah.
can back up. When you do, you find the balloon's not there.
Oh crap!
I didn't put
You
the
didn't-
signet ring on.
Right.
Put your ring down.
Damn
Dang
it!
it!
Damn it!
Well, they
When you
didn't.
sort of run to the end of the tube, you can see that the bathysphere is rising.
What?
It's about,
Don't
it's
we
about-
have the
I thought we had
the things?
rods.
The rods?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Not cool.
Maybe these rods just give you extra heads.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the balloon going
They were
up.
holding
It
out
could
on
just
us
be
the
a
whole
weird
time.
series of coincidences that was always making the balloon rise accordingly.
We've learned don't only leave the people that are not
So-
in our existing immediate party.
So how far up is it?
In
my
our
God.
Only about 30 feet.
So could I?
Grappling?
Well, I can run up walls.
Ooh.
Oh, now you tell
Oh,
us?
really? That just gets dropped here?
Well,
Oh yeah, and you have a
Was
broom.
that in your coat too?
so could I like jump onto a wall that I can find purchase and run up and try and grab onto it?
Sure.
Okay.
How are you running up walls exactly?
I'm a monk.
Excellent.
I had a couple
All right.
bonus levels, so
Excellent.
I'm going to do
So
that.
you scamper up. Okay.
And try and grab onto the bathysphere.
Make a dexterity acrobatics check.
He's not going to come
Okay.
back for us, is he?
I think he's a nice guy. He can turn into a rabbit. That
carrying
somehow
the
means he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I could have used that to decrease our weight and increase our speed, too.
Oh, yeah.
Natural 20.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Nice.
You're now on the outside of the hatch. The hatch door is closed.
Okay.
You can see the 2 mind flayers inside. You can see that there is a crystal staff sticking up in one of the holes.
Huh.
And
Well-
one of the mind flayers is putting away a bag.
Well, this could go badly. Great. I will pull a dagger off of my cloak and jam it into the balloon.
What?
Okay, so you're going to climb up
I'll
the
climb up
top of the
yeah.
bathysphere.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Okay.
cut a hole in the balloon.
Okay, blue mist begins to pour out through the hole, and the balloon's ascent slows.
How's it going up there?
No, it's going.
Okay, he's about 60 feet up now.
You got a plan?
All right, I'm gonna
You
climb.
can see the 2 mind flayers looking at you through like different open portals. They're both sticking their heads through. One of the guy's top hat nearly falls off, and he takes off his monocle and says, "Are you mad?"
I'm gonna say yes. And unless this balloon starts descending right now, this dagger is going in the entire top. I'll cut the biggest hole you've ever seen, and everyone will go back down.
Blimey! And all right. So suddenly it starts to sink back down.
Good job.
We're at the ledge waiting
Yeah,
for it.
it comes
we're
back
probably
down.
prepared to
The
catch
bathysphere
it.
comes within range that you can sort of
Anchor
hook
it.
it,
Yeah.
anchor it. The hatch opens again. It says, "Oh, well, we see as an opportunity. It didn't work.
You forgot us.
Bollocks and shame on us."
Very thoughtless.
I'm going to very angrily take off my ring and put it on me.
I think we should all go as a group now. Maybe travel together.
Right. The one in the dress takes out the bag of holding, and the one takes the crystal staff out and drops it back in.
Yeah.
We'll save that for later. What?
How many of those do you have in that bag?
Just one? Other possessions, of course.
Insight?
And just to be clear,
Insight.
we have seen them using the porthole.
They don't defecate.
Oh, okay.
At least
But
not
it's
through the
okay.
bag
They're
of
still
holding.
totally human.
Do
They haven't
zoom?
defecated the entire time.
Okay, but we think
Why
the
are we
bag is
talking
okay.
Constipation.
Yeah, you think the bag might be poop free.
Okay.
No way to
That's
tell
a
for
side
sure.
effect of the radiation.
Right. So there's a hole in the top of the balloon.
Is that guy
Or in the
still up there?
side?
Did you see him?
I didn't see him.
J'accuse.
No, I push it.
The sphere is now right behind you, near the edge of the hole.
Oh, that's not good.
It's sort of pushing, you can, it's just, you haven't got much standing room left.
We should maybe get back in. Are you guys any good with training? Yeah, no, you're not. Gelatinous cubes?
Oh, I say, we have a great deal of experience with cubes of the gelatinous variety.
Oh, well, there's one right there.
We'll leave
Well, that's
this
not a
to
cube
you.
at all. That's a sphere.
Spheres?
We have no experience with spheres.
Everybody in, just get in.
Why did we take these people on board? Well, let's get in.
They have a crystal.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now,
All
if
right,
only
so
there
you
wasn't
get
a
on board again?
hole in
Yep.
the balloon.
All right.
Now, is the sphere still rolling or moving towards us?
Yeah.
Get in.
Yeah. No, we're getting in.
All right,
We
you
need
pile
that-
in.
Yeah.
We need that
The
rod.
sphere sort of comes to the edge, realizes it's sort of at the lip, and then it kind of rolls off the edge but sticks to the side
Oh,
and just sort of like starts to go down the side.
Oh,
of the ship.
that's good.
Down is good.
let's
Do we want to keep
Go
slowing
back?
down?
let's
Yeah.
But-
explore a bit.
I
All right.
think you two
We should maybe
come with
patch
us.
the balloon.
Oh, jolly
yeah,
good.
right.
Yes, patch the balloon first.
Yes, we shall
Well,
try that trick again.
Do we still have our balloon friend?
I didn't see him. Our friend on the top of the balloon.
He must be still up there.
You think so?
So we can
Possibly.
leave him to repair
I
it.
shout hello in Dwarven.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, good. I'm going to climb up the balloon
Yeah.
so I can find him.
Yeah, he's just sitting on top of the balloon.
Okay. I'm going to like wave my hands out and be like, broken, broken, and try and get him to follow me to the part where it's ripped.
All right, yeah. He'll go back down and stitch it up for you while you're off
All
searching
right.
for Theoharis.
We're good. We're good.
He's
Okay.
the best slave we've ever had.
You take the mind flayers and you go down through the tube and you end up in a big giant cavern and it's all damp and wet and dark. And as you're making your way through the cavern, you see something. It's like a mound of filth or something. It's kind of black and shiny and glistening, and there's something sticking out of it. You can make an intelligence nature check if you want.
Sure.
Anyone?
Oh yeah, where's Button now? I heard he came back.
I have a 2 on my intelligence nature check.
15.
16?
Nature 18.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of nature, but I haven't
Those
seen
of you
this.
who rolled a 15 or higher can tell that this is a huge mound of purple worm poop, purple worm dung.
He didn't
And
have it back
sticking out of the dung is something that looks like it is a gem-studded stone coffin. And it looks like it's big enough for like a 4-foot-tall person. It was obviously passed
Past that.
with the rest of the purple worm waste. And it's just sticking in the poop.
If we can
And-
pull that out, I have a crowbar. We could lever
Yes.
it open.
Yes, it seems. Well, yes.
Right. The poop hasn't dried, so getting it out, it's sticky, but you can easily pull the coffin out.
Ugh. We've got to start adventuring.
Did I say it is studded with gemstones?
Oh, well, that's
Yes.
shiny. Nice. Incentive. All right, I'm going to see if I can crowbar or lever
Yeah.
it open.
Maybe we can take the gemstones off with a crowbar first, and then
I agree.
yes, and leave it closed.
I will.
What
like
if there are
this.
more gemstones inside?
It's possible. Why don't
Why
we take
would
the
you-
outside ones off first?
How do gemstones die? Why do you put them in a coffin?
Have you never met a dwarf? You can't
I
go
have
to the
not.
afterlife. Well, now you have. You can't go to the afterlife without like all your stuff. That's important.
Without your bling.
I take nothing with me.
Exactly.
Except for these gemstones. Rip them off.
So you start
Suddenly.
using the crowbar to pop out the gems.
Yes.
You hear a muffled voice inside saying,
Anybody after? Help, little help, please.
No, we have to help. We have to help. Okay, I'm levering this open now.
If I've learned one thing,
You haven't.
There's not a lot of air.
whenever we help someone, they either come back to help us or seriously hinder us. So this should be good.
Oh, whatever.
I
I'll
agree.
use
Exactly.
thaumaturgy to open the coffin.
okay, it's stuck in the poop.
Okay. Well,
Crowbar?
to wipe the poop off?
No, he said it was to open
Yeah,
it.
so since
'cause
the
it's
coffin
stuck.
is stuck in the poop, its door can't open.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we got to pull it out.
Yeah. You got to get in there and just
Yeah.
pull it out.
All right. This is where this new black clothing trend comes in, I think. This is useful.
Emo
While this is going on, you can see that your staffs are getting a little glimmer of life in them, a bit of color, light. So there is a little bit of Theoharis here.
What happens if we stick them in the pool?
And yeah, you get the crowbar in there, and you pop the lid, and this creature comes up. And it's like a little child-sized creature, well, about the size of a halfling. actually.
Excuse me.
Human child-sized creature. Very thin, gaunt, pale skin, sunken eyes, fangs, and it appears to be a undead gnome. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What happened to
Thank
you?
you. Not sure. I was sleeping in my coffin, and the next thing I know, I'm stuck.
Yeah, we think you got eaten by a worm and then pooped out by a worm.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, yes.
Just saying.
I'm Stan. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Addie.
Pleasure to meet you.
J'accuse
You don't probably.
is my name.
Ah, you have two heads. That's unusual. I don't see a lot of two-headed creatures down here.
You're undead.
It's been a recent development.
Yeah,
Not fair
yeah,
to
I'm
judge.
undead. I'm a vampire.
Yes.
Oh. We're not good eating.
No, pretty bad eating.
No blood here.
Can't vouch
I'm
for this
Hector, by
man.
the way.
says, well, I'm feeling a bit peckish, but I think I can control myself. Why are you hanging out with two mind flayers in a dress and top hat and tails?
Oh, what now? That's humans. They told us they were humans.
Yes, we're humans. We're returning to the surface. Yeah, right. Okay. Seriously, they're evil.
Hope we're hanging out with you.
Says the undead vampire dwarf.
Hey, vampires get a bad rap, but I'm here to tell you I am not a bad person.
They've been lovely, except the time that they tried to steal our balloon and leave us to die. That was kind
You have a
of
balloon?
uncool.
It's very quaint. It's
You should join us.
It's good for plotting.
Oh, you got Trussell's balloon.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah. That's what they say.
How do you know about him? That was way far away.
He says, I'm a well-traveled gnome. I've been around. And, well, Trussell's got a bit of a reputation. He's kind of a crazy ding-dong, if you know what I mean.
Oh, we do.
I remember him. But anywho, we could just stay here, but I think there's a
Purple worm?
purple worm coming. I can feel the vibrations in the earth.
Oh, maybe we should leave. How are our
Yeah,
rods
maybe we
doing?
should. Would you mind bringing my coffin?
Yes.
Yes.
Heavy is it?
I don't know. There's like 4 of you, plus those two. It's probably only about 400, 500 pounds.
How many pounds how much room is left in that bag of holding? Mind flayers are Can we just stick the coffin in there?
Our bathysphere is pretty small, and
I'm pretty small.
Yeah,
Your coffin is not small.
It's only
more
about 4
the
feet tall.
odor.
Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that can be a bit tough to take.
So your coffin is covered in odor.
Yes.
And it's a small bathysphere.
Uh-huh.
So, despite the name, no water in there at all.
Okay.
So.
Well, how about this? We could take the earth inside the coffin, put that in the bathysphere. Kind of need the earth. Do you?
There's lots of earth.
Okay.
We're kind of surrounded by it.
Well, you did take my gems.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
No, those
Awkward.
Using them.
fell off.
Sort of like kick them behind us a
Just
little
a mild
bit.
application of crowbar.
So, just saying. You got my gems.
So yeah, I feel like conversation's kind of winding down.
Oh. Okay.
So.
Well, that's kind of bad. Oh.
What's going on? Oh, you faking a heart attack?
No.
Heart
Hold
attack,
on.
you don't
I got this.
Already dead.
Everything's fine. The other guy's trying to come through. Hang on.
Oh.
Oh.
Of the other
Oh,
guy. They
let's go.
never tell you about the other guy.
Yeah, no,
No,
this is the.
His other
Back
half.
up like
Oh, I think
10
I hear.
feet.
I heard something. We should just go back.
Our
to the
balloon is calling us.
Yep.
How are staffs doing at this point?
They're getting up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We have
Well.
like 3 bars on the staff.
Yeah, you got like 3 or 4 bars on the staff. That's doing good.
Maybe
Probably
we
have
could-
enough to get you up a few more caves anyway.
It was super nice to meet you.
Oh no! I'm
Okay,
losing control.
let's
The other
run
guy's
back.
coming.
I'm gonna run back.
Oh, he's mean.
Whenever everyone except for the mind flayers is back in the tunnel, like if they're back, that's fine. But if they're not, I'm also not concerned.
We all grabbed like a gem or 2 on our way. Right?
At this point, you see the
Naturally.
gnome. He just sort of shudders, and then he looks at you with like red glowing eyes, and he says, "Ah, now I'm going to feed on your blood."
Okay, I like you
And
less.
he lunges at you.
Ah!
You're just flying tackled by this undead gnome vampire,
I don't like you very much
and you
anymore.
go tumbling backward. Roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
And he says, "I am Draligula."
Religula.
14.
I have come to suck your blood. 14 for Jacques.
16.
16 for Esquilax.
15.
15 for Addie.
Stick
4.
together.
4. All right, so Esquilax, you see this gnome vampire on top of your dwarf friend trying to bite her neck, saying, "I want to suck your blood."
As
What's
ever.
my safe word?
All right, let's just go in and do the standard smashy smashy on Mr. Vampire. First staff attack is a 12. That does not feel
No.
like a hit. Second one is a 24.
A 24 is definitely going to do it.
Okay, for 5 points of bludgeoning magical bludgeoning
Magical
damage.
bludgeoning damage? Excellent.
And then we'll go to the unarmed strikes, which also count as magical, for 15.
Yes.
Okay, that is for 4 points of counts as magical damage.
Okay.
And another one is like 23
Yep.
for another 4 points of counts as magical.
All right. Okay. You pound on him. Ow, ow, ow.
Get off! Or
Addie! You're on the ground. This thing's on top of you.
So am I grappled?
Not really. It's
Okay.
just kind of hanging on to you.
Okay. Do I do something sensible, or do I do?
You're kind of rolling around at this point.
We don't know what that will be.
Nobody knows what that will be. I kind of want to see what it might. I think it's up to our DM's
I think so.
discretion.
What's that?
So I have this thing left from the previous game that was gifted to a player who had, like, he was confused all the time. So he was given spells that are
The
slightly
player was confused or his
off?
character was confused?
Possibly both.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
And so his spells are a little off. So he was gifted a contusion spell and a fire bowl, like BOLL spell. I was thinking of trying the contusion one,
Okay.
but I don't really know what that's going to mean.
Weird.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
So should I
So
roll
in the
a spell
absence of
attack?
mechanics, I will just have him make a saving throw against contusion.
Okay.
Okay. That's not so great.
Fantastic.
So that's 9. That's probably not going to do it.
My spell save DC is 16.
Excellent.
That-
Well, we go with that then.
All right.
All right. So you give him a contusion. He goes tumbling off you.
Yes.
And suddenly, Driligula is not Driligula anymore. He's Stan. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That was super awkward.
Ow, ow, ow. I think I need medical attention.
I think you do. You need to get that other part of you removed.
Ow, I'm
not
so
safe,
embarrassed.
man.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. That was out of line. Out of line. I
tell you
know
what-
you took my gems, and I know you won't take my coffin, but that was way out of line. Sorry.
It's cool. It's cool.
We could leave the
We're
gems.
good.
We could just leave the gems.
You know, that's true.
Leave the gems with him. Leave him here.
You know, keep the gems. Keep the gems. Leave the coffin. I got nowhere else to go. I am so embarrassed right now. I'm gonna go find a medic.
Good.
That
He
seems
turns
good.
into a bat.
He doesn't need a balloon.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
even
didn't need a balloon the whole time.
That's why he's
fine.
well traveled.
All right, well, bye,
he goes-
Stan.
he goes
Stop with the
flapping
fighting
off.
thing.
Right. Well, how is it?
You got about
For
1,000 gold
moments,
pieces worth of
man.
gemstones.
Cool.
All right.
That's good.
I guess we could crowbar the rest of them.
Next
out.
time we find
Yeah.
a hungry Zorn, we'll be set.
Although that purple worm is still slithering our way.
They're still coming our way. We should
so
probably
let's,
leave.
got like 4 bars now? 4 bars?
Getting full.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go back
Well,
to
we
the.
are in a tunnel, so that's pretty good.
In a tunnel, yeah.
Pretty good for
Very
a
good.
tunnel.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So your staffs, you start to make your way back. They're about 80% full. And you go back into your ship and boom, 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 you stick them in.
Is there any additional slots, or is it just the 4?
Just the 4. And the Mind Flayers are still with you, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Tally-ho!
Yes. Pip pip.
The other Mind Flayer says, I really want to get out of this dress.
That's a male mind player?
I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid. You know, this charade was fine for the first 3 days. Come on.
It's been like a month.
All right. And you guys are still like, days pass. You guys are rocketing up this shaft. Actually, not quite. I skipped ahead. A purple worm bursts out of the shaft ahead of you.
Oh, that part.
Oh, there's that.
So you guys are going up the shaft. There's this rain of debris, and a gigantic purple worm explodes, like literally out where your bathysphere is. And I have to make an attack roll. That's only a 2.
I like
So
that
I'm going to
roll.
make use
Good.
Randy B's critical hit.
Oh dear.
I hope our bathysphere has
And
good HP.
the purple worm swallows your bathysphere.
Wait,
So
that's
we're
in
still
it?
traveling in the bathysphere.
Yes.
Just now we're traveling.
You
through
are
the
in the
worm.
bathysphere when it bursts out of the sidewall of the shaft, latches on, and you come to a jostling halt momentarily.
That's awkward.
Those-
But
about
you're
the
there's so
balloon?
but the yeah.
Is the balloon like detached from the bathysphere now then?
No, but you fear that it may become detached.
With our upcoming
In
travels.
fact, you might even hear you hear this sort of tension on the ropes securing the bathysphere to the balloon, and you might even hear a twang
That's
and
bad.
a twang
That's bad.
and a twang.
More bad.
But you can see all these sort of teeth pressed up against the windows of your bathysphere.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, So I can cast Shatter once a day, and a tooth seems like a good, painful thing to cast a Shatter on.
That does something cool.
Can I do that?
You could indeed.
Well, actually, it's like
That's
3
area of
key
effect,
points.
right? So you could get
Let me see.
multiples.
Presumably,
Shattering a purple worm's tooth.
or potentially multiple
Chapter
teeth.
3.
Yeah. So
Dentistry in the
so basically,
Underdark.
you can put it out to a range of 60 feet, and everything within a 10-foot radius sphere is subject to its effect.
10-foot radius. So if I center it like 10 feet away from us, getting as many teeth as possible.
Yeah. I mean, through one of the windows, you can kind of see the worm's gullet. Through other windows, you can see its teeth gnashing against the side of the hull.
Right.
What about the bottom window?
And the bottom, too. It's basically swallowed your orb-shaped
We are
bathysphere.
surrounded.
Shattering
kind
a
of-
gullet sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can throw a Shatter into the gullet. I will use
All right.
Science says there's
We'll-
only one
we'll
way to
find
find
out.
out.
Yeah.
the gong of the summit. Boom. Dong. To fire a Shatter in there.
You're
All
a
right.
very interesting rabbit.
You can roll your damage. That's 3d8 thunder damage.
All right.
It gets a saving throw to reduce that by half. It rolled really bad, so it's going to use its re-roll.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it rolled a natural 1. Okay.
19.
You do 19 points of damage to the purple worm. That certainly startles it. There's like this kind of ripple in its throat that you see, sort of pushes the fleshy sides of its throat aside. The thunder, the sonic pulse. And then it lets go of you and kind of heaves out your bathysphere, and you begin to rise again.
Yay.
And then as you look through the bottom window, it begins to crawl up the shaft underneath you,
No.
trying to get another grip on you. So let us roll initiative. It's you versus the purple worm.
Oh dear.
Another thing you notice about this purple worm, now that it's out in the shaft, is its skin has all of this sort of purplish blue mist coming off of it.
Oh.
And your 80% charged staffs are now 100% charged.
So
The
maybe
purple
having a
worm
Terpanderous
seems
is
to
good.
have these suffused with Theoharis.
If we could just get it to follow us out.
Yeah.
And
It'll
then
just
we'll
be like
all
the
grow
carrot
like
on a
3
stick
heads.
for a while.
We could use the grappling hook.
To just like dangle
Yeah,
it.
then leash it.
Yeah.
And on the one hand,
It's
it'll
like a,
slow
it's like
us
a
down, but on the
mobile
other hand-
Theoharis
Battery.
battery.
Hotspot. Yeah.
So, how fast are we going relative to it? Is the question.
Also, we had to roll initiative,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe that maybe that tells us.
You can outpace it.
But we don't have to.
But do we want to?
Do we have any idea? So we knew this was a multi-mile shaft.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how far we've gone?
No. Well, actually, your dwarf might.
Yeah. So stone cutting roll?
Yep.
That was not very good at all.
Do you have a? Can I give you something? I guess that's not the most
I
important
could, but
thing
yeah,
to-
exactly. What do I add to this? Is this intelligence or something? Add double proficiency bonus to the check. Oh, 3, 6. 11.
You reckon you were about 50 miles down in the earth. You're probably more than halfway up probably like 10 miles from the surface, 15 miles from the surface.
Ooh. We're so close.
Yeah.
We're so close.
That's a lot of miles.
So yeah, you can outpace the hungry purple worm if you want to, or you can allow it to follow you. You'd have to pull the staffs out to let the balloon sink every once in a while to get sort of back down.
Or
Kind of
we
stick
could
the staff in and
grapple
out.
it.
Or
And
you
then
just
we'd
hook
maintain
it.
a consistent distance.
Yes.
I'm sure it won't wriggle or
Now,
like
unlike the
that might
behir and
anger
unlike the flump, a purple worm weighs about 25,000 pounds.
We're
just
sort of
let it
relying.
Possible that
Follow
pitching
us.
it might actually pull you down. But maybe the Theoharis is enough to counteract that. You won't know unless you try.
Yeah, providing it's like a carrot on a stick and
Yeah.
it keeps on moving forward, we're
Yeah.
fine.
Exactly.
As long as it never goes to sleep or gets distracted, it's perfect.
Okay. And if
But
see
somebody
what
would
it does,
have
we'll
to
still
go
all
down
hunger.
and hook this thing, or you'd have to like fish or something.
Yeah, I saw those teeth. I know some of them might be gone now, but I kind of like the just let it follow us idea.
Yeah.
We can just take the
I mean, if
the
we ever run
thing
out, we'll
periodically.
naturally sink and then get charged back up.
Then we're good.
Yeah.
It's also quite likely that the next time you break into a cavern, the purple worm is not going to stay in the shaft.
True.
And that's
True.
okay. We're just going to
So
use him for
we'll
a
let
while.
it follow us for now.
Okay.
We'll ask the humans to also charge their staff, just in case.
Well, they'll reach into their bag of holding and pull out their staff.
Any staves they may have.
And any
And
extras.
we'll just extend
Yes.
out the verbiage on that. So any
Yeah.
stabs.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So you are not planning to hook the creature. You eventually get far enough away from it that your staffs are no longer drawing any energy from it. And the purple worm shambles off into a cavern somewhere and you never see it again.
There's good there. There's bad there.
Yep. Okay. You see, or rather, after a long journey of several days and pooping out through the bottom of your bathysphere,
We're feeding the ecosystem
yes.
with the
Yeah.
Underdark.
Circle of life.
Myconids, they like the
you've
poop.
all sprouted second heads.
Oh,
Ah!
Hooray! More mouths to feed.
You need to fix your hair. It
And
does not look good.
you've eaten all your rations between the 8 of you. And actually, you still only have one stomach, so you don't need to eat double your weight, your normal amount. But you are running out of food, and you are getting hungry.
How much further do you think we have?
Can I
Farther?
tell the distance?
You can try again.
All right, that's 17.
You think that you're really close, like maybe within a mile or two, so you can hold out.
Okay, we can make it, you guys. We're not
Probably
far.
another day, you'll be up there.
We'll be ostracized forever. You can all live in my hermit village with me. You're like my family now.
oh, I'm sure. It's
by
always
village,
just
I
you
mean, it's
cast a
just me.
spell and it goes away.
All right.
That's cure disease, remove curse. I'm
I mean, or
sure
we
it
could-
will be fine.
Or we could stop and, like eat some mushrooms. I'm sure that'd be
It
fine.
would be terrible to be a hermit with two heads. That'd be awful.
We all have our issues.
All right, you hit something above you, and you come to a stop. But it's like a bouncy stop. Like the balloon bumps into something, and you bathysphere sort of heaves up and down.
A mystery!
Can we?
Oh my
A
gosh.
mystery!
Oh my gosh.
Can I guess, detect nature? Can I smell to see if there's like dirt above us? Is it like fresh earth? Is this the top? Is this?
You'd have to go out and see.
Okay, I'm gonna climb outside and have a look.
So
That is like a really stupid idea. Oh my gosh. No, we're going outside. We have to see what's going
all
on.
four of us are going. Okay.
Yeah, you shut up. And you.
I am sick of all of you, and you.
We
Get up
along.
there.
You're
We're
just
all
weird.
going to die. Everything
Okay,
will be
that I agree
fine.
with.
We're all
Anything
going to
we
die.
bounced against crushed our friend.
No.
I'm sure he's fine. No, you're right. He's paced.
It was bouncy. Let us go. We go. We go.
All right, we're climbing up.
We go.
These two can just shove it.
Okay. Yeah, you can see when you climb up that there is a large, what look like set of carved doors covering the shaft.
Well, that's
like
convenient.
you've reached the top of it.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
And the balloon has just sort of hit the top of it. And you can see that the Nothic is basically just kind of pinned and laughing between the balloon and the doors.
He's hugging his balloon.
Is there a visible way to open the doors?
You think that well, make a wisdom perception check.
4. Wait, 5.
Solid.
You do have two
can't
heads.
see anything.
Oh, yeah,
you
right.
can see that the doors are actually slightly open. There's like about a 1.5 feet, 2 feet gap between where the two doors meet. Like
Okay.
they didn't close properly. And
You said it was like a 2 to 2.5 foot gap.
yeah, between them. And the doors
I
look
could
to be
probably-
really thick, like they're like 10-foot thick, huge dwarven made, like a seal on top of the shaft.
Good work.
Could I squeeze between that? Go
Yeah.
through the door?
Yeah, and you can see the reason that the doors are jammed open is because some sort of statue or something has slipped and fallen and jammed itself between them as they closed.
Okay. Is there any, I think you might have just said this, but is there like light coming through or anything like that?
There is light coming through the slash in between the doors.
Like sunlight or something else?
It's more like moonlight.
How pretty.
We came out the other
Yes.
side of the earth.
I was going to call up that they should join us, but now sometimes I just wonder if we should leave him behind. Just leave them. I just don't know.
You see,
I like the rabbit though.
I want to sneak through. I want
the
to see what's
Nothic
on the other side.
manages to squirm himself out from his predicament
Yay!
and kind of is peeking up through the crack between the two doors.
You made it. Good job.
Do you think we could scramble up between that gap?
That's what we're
It
working
looks
on.
like it.
All right. I will join them up there.
Okay.
I'm going to measure the balloon and confirm that it definitely can't fit through this 1 foot crack.
It cannot fit through this 1 foot crack.
Yeah, no, I figured. Just wanted to check. Yeah.
When you peek up,
I'm a
you can see
Brilliant deduction. He's a moron.
you can see that this opening there are like mountains outside, and it's all sort of rocky. There are dwarven. There's a big dwarven statue that's sort of toppled over and fallen, and there are other dwarven statues. And the one thing you notice is that all of the dwarven statues around the top mouth, they're all standing there with their axes raised above their heads, and there's like a ring of them around the top of the shaft.
It looks safe. Let's go.
I'm sure they'll recognize
And
their
the
people.
one that has fallen and toppled and sort of jammed the doors, you can see its arms have sort of broken off in places, but you can see that there are seams on its shoulder and sockets. It's almost like the arms were made to move.
Yes.
Does my stone cutting tell me anything special more about them?
The only thing you can gauge with your stone cutting is that they were dwarven made, and that they're part of the door, some sort of door trap mechanism. It looks like their big axe blades could swing down to attack something coming through the door.
Okay. I think these things might try to kill us, but you know.
I think before we go out or get any further, I
We
should
should send the humans.
I should dispel magic on it.
Do the humans have
Sure,
4 heads,
statues.
or between them? Do they have 2 heads each?
They do not. They seem to be immune.
Well, that is just unfair. I didn't know humans were immune to that kind of stuff.
You hear a horrible roar, and then another one just like it, from
Yes.
somewhere deep below.
We should be.
We should go.
You see 4 sets of glowing eyes peering at
Oh
you
my
from
gosh.
the darkness of the shaft.
Yeah, I say I should dispel magic and we should
Okay.
go out.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that.
We don't need the balloon. We can just run up and leave.
I'm going
Can we
to choose the
squeeze
dwarf
through?
that's
We can all
fallen on the...
Yeah, there's no reason to say, there's no reason to think you couldn't squeeze through these doors that are held open, nor is there any reason to think that some creature as big as Demogorgon could reach his tentacles between those doors and pry them apart.
That was a weirdly specific thing to say.
Okay, why don't we,
Simply getting through the doors, you conclude, may not escape from the threat below you.
why don't you try dispelling magic, and maybe we can figure out a way to open the doors wider and we can still get the balloon out, possibly.
We get ourselves through and destroy the statue, closing the and sealing
Oh.
everything off.
Right. That's probably even better.
Yeah, so I'd say if we can all squeeze out, then we can assess it from the outside.
Yeah.
Open it and then get the balloon out.
In retrospect, that whole release a two-headed underdark demon into the daylit world, probably not.
Yeah, let's
great.
get these two-headed underdark demons out there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine. She just needs to fix her hair. She's a mess.
All right,
Just
I'll
don't
slip
look
up.
at her.
Okay, you're outside.
I'll take a look
You
at
can
some
see
of the
that the
statues.
doors are sort of covered with dwarven warning glyphs.
Yeah,
I can't read those.
My
I don't
people
look
were
at the
smart.
statues.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like these giant statues, each of which stands about 15 feet tall, have big swingy axe arms that can sort of swing down simultaneously when a certain trigger or event happens.
I'm going to look around and see if I can find what that trigger might be.
Okay.
I'm going to come out and join you.
Make a wisdom perception check.
and
Anybody
read
who's
the
up there
glyphs.
can do so.
Oh, do
You're
we,
all out of the balloon at this point?
do
Do we
roll
get
the
two?
I think we're all scrambling up.
Yeah, if you're making perception checks, you got advantage because you got 2 heads.
All right.
Natural 20.
All right.
That is a not natural, but still a 20.
I have it.
You can conclude that these things, this trap mechanism, is basically designed to keep unwanted things from coming up using this shaft that was created, in that they're sort of magically keyed to swing down on anything coming up out. The other thing you notice is that it looks like well, you notice a couple things. That the opening mechanism, there doesn't seem to be one on top. So it looks like these doors are specifically meant to be, or I'm sorry, there isn't mechanism underneath, but there is one on top. You can see that there is essentially a stone slab, almost like a big button, a big circular button, on a pedestal outside the doors. And you can see it's painted red. And it's been pressed down, but the doors have obviously jammed on the statue.
How big is the statue?
About 15 feet.
Can we clear that statue out of the way?
Yeah, you think you could like break it up, turn it, twist it, and kind of try to dump it down into the shaft, or pull it up, try to pull it up conversely to cause the doors to close all the way.
With the power of a horse?
I mean, it sounds like we could also just do it. But yes, the power of a
I think it
horse.
requires the power of a horse.
Harness the horse.
Yes. The mind flayers climb up at this point and gaze at this huge sky above them.
Yes.
And they immediately look scared. at the
Wonderful,
vastness
isn't
of
it?
all.
The moonlight.
Is Fibblethip or what's his face? Is he coming out? Okay, excellent.
Yeah, he's out.
Everybody is out.
Okay.
The game plan is we're going to move the statue, try to open
Yes,
doors.
we are going to find a horse and rig it with
We don't
ropes.
have to find a horse. I will become one for you.
All right.
I must do my cry.
All right, you are a horse. All right. We've got a horse, of course.
Where were you when I was a little girl and wanted a pony? We could have been best friends.
Don't ride me. Wait, do I still have 2 heads?
Yeah, sure, you're a 2-headed horse.
So we'll lash stuff to the two-headed horse. and
Okay.
try to
Ropes.
Pull it out of the way.
Ropes.
All right.
Ropes.
And you pull with all your might, with your great horse strength. Make a strength check. As a horse, your strength is, you're probably a draft horse.
Oh yeah, I do the strength of the horse, right?
Let's see. As a draft horse, your strength is 18, so yeah, you get a +4 to your roll.
Okay, so 10.
All right, you struggle. You can't seem to move the statue. You can't find purchase with your hooves.
Larry, you need to go help her. Let's go help
All right.
her. We'll grab a rope.
Okay, you try again.
We'll all assist.
Make another roll. You're pulling on the horse.
18.
All right, you pull the statue out, and the doors begin to close.
Good job, Larry.
And moments before they close, something emerges.
No.
You see a puffball come floating up through the hole.
How big is it?
It's about maybe 3 feet across, and it's all puffy and pink and purple.
Mutton! Welcome to the upper world.
We were so hungry.
We were so worried about you, is what he meant
Also
to
that.
say.
Yes, you can see that his cap has basically turned into this giant sort of puffball spore. And he's just sort of, help me.
We try it. Can we grab him?
Yes.
Grab him.
I'll take care of him.
Yes.
No.
I think maybe
No.
that's not.
No.
All right, we'll take care of
Yes.
him.
You're doubly hungry now.
And then
you
he
stay
tells you
away.
this elaborate story about how he infected you all with spores, and that when you went poop and your poop fell down the shaft, he grew up out of the poop and then respawned and flew up the shaft and rejoined you. The end.
Checks out.
Of his story?
That was beautiful.
Yes, the doors close. Demogorgon does not get up into the world, and you leave the Underdark behind.
Yay!
With new friends.
With a new fascination with mushrooms.
We all got ahead.
And you all got ahead. Yes.
Oh. Bad.
I didn't get to use all of my crit rolls, but that's because we had run out of time. Thank you to everybody who donated crit rolls for the DM.
And for the players.
Yes.
We are very grateful.
Yes.
Thank you,
Kept us
Andy A,
alive.
for the crit success.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, all of
Thank
those
you
were
for
very
these
helpful.
two that I didn't get to. They were very, very good to have.
All right.
A little warm in there?
I ride freely off into the sunset, never to change back into a human or a halfling.
You're a two-headed horse. Oh dear.
All right, well. Oh, really? Okay. Here we go. Yeah. I was wondering where that mic went. All right, we're going to move over here and join you, Chris, and we're going to be getting a whole bunch of other folks in here who helped us out. So is audio coming through okay? Oh, Demetrius, you're not there. You're working on the shot. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we're coming through clear. All right. And Alyssa, you need to talk.
Hello, testing.
Okay. All right. So let's get as many people in here as we can because this is the end of 48 hours. I think it was a pretty awesome ending. Demogorgon was kept sealed away. And
A two-headed horse rode off into the sunset.
we definitely want to get as many of the players and the other contributors in here as possible. Particularly, everybody here did so much. There's no way that I can thank everybody completely. It's kind of amazing that this thing started just 3 years ago with us just kind of squatting in the Wizards boardroom, raising a meager $21,000. And now we are going for 48 hours. We've raised already $83,000, and I'm sure we're going to make our $100,000. In particular, I really want to thank Demetrios, who has been behind the scenes, making things happen. Conlin, who has been hard at work receiving the donations and trying to organize frenetically. David down there has also been working behind the scenes to help kind of just keep things organized around here because it's been a bit of a disaster area. And then Maris has been also helping out on the chat. We've had Christy over here on the chat behind the scenes. So thank you all so much, donors and viewers, anybody who's just tuned in. This has been a great experience, and I hope that we can come back next year and do it even bigger and better and raise even more money for the kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah!
And now we wait awkwardly while Demetrius tries to mind flare dance.
And we all fly in a balloon away.
We had a different one. We had all the single ladies, but with tentacles.
Wow.
Night crew.
Love it.
With Sword Coast Legends. Descend alongside Drist in Neverwinter Underdark.